Hello, His Excellency, we ready for battle. Congratulations. Hello, His Excellency, one for a wise. We keep thick piano for the day where we never them stagger. We keep thick piano for the day where mountain man turn around. If you not share, you want to. Not share, you want to. Not share, you want to. Few months ago, if you remember, them been walking on the list of Fanta. Well, according to a thought, I'm a sweet golden seat. His Excellency, prove me wrong. BBC, African politician, them thief. In me own perception, politician, then a thief. If you prove them wrong, then you should be settled. We next song we say, I just all for you. If you prove me wrong, and make this land for the rest of your life, I know you. But if you change body, then you cover. We say go out before you get mama. But if you change body, then you cover. We say go out before you get mama. I'm not share with your apple. 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 All right, William of Stay Red Movement. I guess you finally made it. And Fambulem will continue with the music. But just before, I want to establish contact with William. Before then, we did run late because of some serious reasons. But obviously, we guessed as well when they have some technical issues. But I believe, say, finally, he's made it. William, if you have, can you just say hello to us, please?
Hello, citizens. Hello, everybody.
Stop right there. Stop right there. I'm excited. Thank you very much. Hold on right there. Finally, we got you. Okay, Fambulela will continue with music while we warm up with the floor. Just when you don't want calls, that's when people begin to call. So, my apologies for that. Let's continue for warm up the floor. As we forget the begin to go to the one way don't go, so they can as we forget them begin the double. Not because people not read and write it, for they make them they get away with fraud. Not because right, Famulem, a huge and massive welcome to you all on the TNN TV Media Empire platform. Before I say the next word, can I offer my apologies probably for the umpteenth time? And I don't ever believe say this go end, because even if not of your own doing, technically speaking, when it comes to electronics, anything can go wrong at the very last minute. You cannot set up everything. However, what is important is the program where you geared for air, it does go ahead as planned. So pretty soon, una go hear from we, and also the picture where most of una they see now, both of me and the guest is completely different, but we will explain that shortly. But ladies and gentlemen, today, which happens to be the 3rd day of October, okay, 2022, this na the TNN Media Empire where they bring counter una undiluted news, the news where they make the mainstream news. The news will germane to the conversation. In other words, we are the hub of the conversation on this very, very 3rd day of October. Don't touch that dial, because we get more important things than the country we. By virtue of we guess who we get, we are going to introduce to una shortly. Thank you and welcome to the TNN. Okay, Fambulem, just a quick one. Just for explain, I go remove we guest for now and put on the background while I try to explain the picture with the now the foreground right now where they represent me, the host, the anchor, and the speaker. So I just they remove we guest, but that don't mean say we guest don't go away. I just they put on the background. Okay, thank you very much. So Fambulem, like I've been say, I want to say a huge and mighty welcome to all the listeners, followers of the TNN TV Media Empire. And today, the 3rd of October 2022, me now on a host and presenter, Prince Emil Chroma. You see, Fambulem, in this world, first of all, again, apologies because we are late at about 30 to 40 minutes because of divergent issues. I can't even, go into that. But just for own up, take responsibility, which is a good virtue, a good thing for do. We take responsibility for running this late. And normally, inside this business, it can cost you a lot. I can always say this when people are not begin tuning into your platform and you don't tell them say they come on 7 o'clock. If you not come on 7 o'clock, remember there are dozens and dozens and dozens of us. So people and they scum the internet for see waiting they can find way go satisfy the pleasure within they look for the kind message. Anyway, having said this, the bottom line is the T and N TV Media Empire is live. Family and the picture we want to look at soon on the screen is that of a brother and a friend and a senior brother, not just a brother, but a senior brother for that matter, because the era where we grow up, and I believe say the same is true of today, although there are little differences. In a senior brother because he been attached to me own big brother. I get two big brothers after them than me. So I get two people that we call me BN. The most senior one, na Ion Padidis. Then all two go academy. This guy we in picture this so Mr. Henry Gasama went to Albert Academy. In short, he's an academician, okay? Rather to be than to seem, esse quam videri. Remember that famous Latin saying? So he was. And somehow I kind of attach, here to Ram. I kind of attached to Ram in different regard and different respect at different times and different era. Very, very important. I'm emotionally moved. The brother we get report a few days ago, I believe, is the 1st of October. Now I understand from him picking them that he passed away suddenly in the Republic of Liberia, Monrovia. So I just want to provide a brief eulogy on the brother. 5 minutes, no more than 10 minutes. It might not even reach 10 minutes. So, like I've been say, in the 1970s, 1974, 75, 76, around that period, I was a student after matriculating from Holy Trinity School, na Kisiro just open or opposite Annie Walsh. I ended up in Cathedral Boys School, I believe, say in a House Street or Garrison Street. It's been many years. I hope say somebody will help me if I get it wrong, but it has to be one of the two. House Street, Garrison Street. So I was in Cathedral School, I believe, from primary school, class 4, 5, 6, 7, where we took our selective entrance examinations. But before then, anytime we come to school, I've been there afternoon school, by the way. We can make way up to Albert Academy on Berry Street. Usai me two big brothers, them in there attending a boarding home. And the man on the screen, Henry Gasama, was also in me also in a boarding home. And this brother is from Payama, by the way. Very good brother, disciplinarian, a man of principle, uprightness, and you name it. So the media up there. So whenever we go visit my brother them. Of course, I get to know him through that, but through some distinct and some other family connection. So therefore, can sabi am. So we can go eat them condor attend where they dinner about they can cook for them. I say we I think I don't forget his husband in position. But this go back many years, 1974, 75, 76. Imagine that and we don't go through many things. Anyway, having said this, so we can go up there border, we go play table tennis with them, eat their food, and look after we, then tell the day so man don't get in bulky way, mama don't arrange for them inside in your box. Of course, we don't speak these languages anymore. Shame to those who call me a foreigner because the language where they speak, they don't even understand it. Shame on them once more. But today, we pay homage to a brother and a friend we lost in life. So Henry Gasama was part of that structure day where we have been bombarded.
He was a table tennis player. He did play table tennis and participated in a lot of school activities back up in Albert Academy in Berry State. I believe I need for confirm this with my big brother that he played for the school football team. He and then or forfeit them or 40 them, then play for the school national team. By then, they go watch them at parade, like I say, we'll come on Cathedral School. Things get for transition into a completely different thing in many years on. Of course, a few years later, I was to go to Albert Academy myself. That's after taking the selective entrance, I believe, 1976. By 1977, no school, no riot. I was effectively up at Berry Street, Albert Academy, in Form 1 white, and I think I went Form 2 red. Yeah, something around that. But I went to the school myself. I'm an academician myself. But later on, transition or matriculated from Albert Academy into a completely different situation in Monrovia, Liberia, where I found myself and lived there for many years, where it can make people and get them confused, both by my name and some of them intentionally for calling me Liberian, even though I can hate for say this, more Sierra Leonean than some of the Sierra Leoneans them. I don't see people that we get like completely foreign names, like Dutch names, Swedish name, call me a foreigner. However, the program where we did, I can take that with a pinch of salt, but I do carry on. Having said this, ladies and gentlemen, very interesting. Mr. Gasama also ended up in Liberia, and he been in Cape Mount for many years, one of the districts in Liberia. So I think he was a teacher there, and he grew up a family there, married to a distant cousin of mine, baby Christiana Cocker, the Cockers, okay? And things went on, and what have you. And these were normal times. And I no need for dwell into that because things transition quickly into something else from that normal time they will be sabi, and then things descend into chaos. In other words, Melkedo kind of power and turn the status quo upside down. And then later on, a rebel war brought about by Charles Gange Taylor came, and then we all got scattered. And this is where I want for you make me final eulogy to the brother. So this brother don't come up Cape Mountain, don't come to the city. And I see him briefly. By then I was a small boy and doing different things. When I say a small boy, I was in my early teens, probably 16, 17, 18, and was really active in many kind of capacity that you would think of. Anyway, having said this, in me late teens, this war broke out. And when the war broke out in Liberia, it was a tribal war, very distinct, very crazy tribal war. That anybody not pray for that happened in the country. However, that happened in Liberia, and it became a crazy war in which we all scatter. My current wife, who I get now, I've been on common at the family house, like calm down, where I've been spend time with, and then for some reason, the war come, and then we rebel and capture una, then they take una and carry una go behind the lines. I spent time behind the lines for over 1 year. When I come back to Monrovia, my family home was scattered. I come, imagine your family home. I can't find my dad. My dad was gone. My sisters were gone. My brother did not go. And the home was there. You just see things them way dear to you, emotionally attached to you. Furnitures, family pictures, and little things. You're like my school material and my school books. They were there. My daddy had been professor, all in papers them, and these were the days of typewriting. They were all strewn all over the place, but the building was occupied by different people. That's when I sat down and reality hit, and I cried. I cried. Where I say cry, when small body cries, not all the corner you knows, you are all red. William, I dey come to you shortly. I dey wrap up this thing quickly. I cry. Nowhere for me to go. Never had a home. Of course, my wife been there, people let me there, but this was foreign to me, somehow. And I get for left, Waka come back down at the main street. This now by the time the early 1990s now Monrovia, where people let me they come one by one. That's when the capital completely empty. People and they come one by one and they can't look for their home, get a material and look for them, fumble them. All over the place was dead body them, bones of people them. Now they are beginning to see human bones. Honestly, this is why we don't advocate for war, because I've seen real war. Anyway, that's exactly what happened. And then as I walk down the street, away from my home, they calculate, where do I go next? Now I bump into this brother down the street. They go about in your own business. Now he see me, now he call me Prince. He is so excited for see me. When I turned around, because my back been turned against him, When I turned to him, he see me, I read, and what have you? He said, what happened? Of course, I just come up and now calamity will come up. So I explained to him. Now he brother embraced me. I finally found a shoulder for cry on. I cried. I really cried like I feel for cry because this is reminiscent of something like 30 years ago waiting happened. I cried on his shoulder. I'm a big brother in Padidis. He was a family. He was a friend. I not see him for years. And yet, in the lookout for Fambulem, now I come meet up him. I cried on his shoulder. He get to understand everything. What he do, he take me, Usa even he go from there, he came me back go na home. Such he established a home for me after 1919 in Monrovia. And then I crossed the bridge for those of Una Wesabi Libya. I go live there, he give me a home, a decent home, wide home, a compound, fence, and already, decorated. Furnitures were all in the place. And I went on to live in that place like a king. And as I left my name there in a good way. The rest is history. But wait till I wish the brother and one say to Una, he was a good man, and may God, give him perpetual peace. He was an upright man. He was disciplined. He was people. He won't compromise his principle, and have been decent man. May his soul rest in peace. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, for taking time for listening to this, because we all will pass away at some point, and this action go before of we. There's an expiration date for every one of us. He's gone. It might be somebody else tomorrow, including even myself. And if it happened to me tomorrow, and people then go say, "Oh, he said it on a live program," but it's not impossible. Henry Gasama Jr. Some people they call him Junior, like my big sister Nancy and one or two others. They call him Junior. He was Henry Gasama. Gasama, wherever you are, brother, may your soul rest in perpetual peace. Until we see again in that beautiful shore, as they say it. Continue for rest in peace, brother. And for you picking a video on, me sincere condolences. Sincere condolences. And he's got them. Beautiful children. You see him, you've seen them. From us to the Gasamas, the Cockers, the Maras, my sincere condolences from the Chromas. All of them may not have this opportunity. The Chroma clan, the Cockers from Rotifunk, my mother's lineage, chieftaincy, and the Chromas from Dong River, Bompe, Walai. May your soul rest in peace. May light perpetual shine on you. Thank you, brother. You live a great life. And thank you for all that you did for us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to waiting we can do on this program here today. Let me bring the brother come on. I wonder what in this person want do. Brother, the brother they on now. We don't bring car on. Hello, how can I help, please?
Hi.
Yeah.
I think I made a mistake because there is a program coming up I'm trying to catch.
It's already on. If they talk about the William Stay movement,
Yes.
It is on. We they on. Sorry, we run late about 30 minutes. Probably that's why you get a mix up. But
how can I get it now if I don't get your?
Okay, I'll send you the link shortly, sister. It is on now, yeah. I'll send you the link shortly.
Well, on Facebook or YouTube.
Either way, which one you want to watch them on? It's both ways, but I will send you both there. You can make your choice.
No, but I can go back to the link. Then I get the links that you've been on send already.
Okay, then follow them. We are live now. You should be able to see them. We are live now.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Help for share as well. Bye-bye. Okay. William, I get for apologize. No, I don't need to apologize for pay eulogy to a friend and a brother. But having kept you and we don't delay with the fandom, can I introduce you? It's your first time on the Then and Now TNN TV Media Empire program. I'm really excited for having you. I've listened to you a lot and became specifically interested in you after August 10. But I shall say you get a word of ado for Fambulem and maybe a short talk about yourself and probably who you are. So the floor is all yours and the world they listen, sir.
As I can always greet Fambulem na morning afternoon, good evening, Akabona Kushe. This is William from the Stay Red movement. As we all know, William an advocate, somebody we tinap tranga one for make sure say he represent the people them, talk for people them, stand for people them, and also talk about the negatives of of the government of the day when at the SLPP, more especially bringing out or revealing events, revealing documents, revealing actions and things them way that they do underground, we're not good for the country. Basically, everything where they go against the country, trust me, they go against me. And my own stand and my own reason for this cause. Now, not only for represent the mighty APC, where I believe say, if I check back the history of my country in terms of development and all face, is the best government, is the best political party. I not try other one day it will not get the opportunity for lead it, but the one day we don't lead, I think just in our APC now this better one, our APC don't get plenty things for sure in terms of development. So that's why I attach myself to the mighty APC. So I don't dare on social media for a while now, but I get very active after April 4th, where we observe or understand, say we get a new government, a new dispensation of the country. And during that 10 day, the social media will go quiet again. And a person like me decide for stand up at the face of a tyrant, of somebody who maybe don't understand, say, you know, go ever make progress or you know, go ever bring profit or benefit to the country. If you they follow the state movement or they follow William, you know, I get one way back. I say how they go. Now so they come in just they camp. Every day me find them a new story. But instead of that story, I go they make we talk about the progress and development of Mama Salone. Nothing the way the reverse would be back. Now I don't on the new Maringa with this power parallel is direction of a government. Whether the guy was saying I will make a bring this come up. I have started using this saying in 2018 at a time when Mother Biono even starts for wood yet. Because at that time I don't predict say it's a failure, it's backwardness. It's retrogression. There is nothing progressive coming. You know, maybe don't see them from then, from that time, I don't see them. And trust me, to the question waiting at the studio today, I think since I don't see them back, say 2023, it's either we win or we win. Full stop, comma. Thank you.
Wow. William, I must tell you and fans them. So first of all, again, Fambulem, we know say this program will have been massively watched live. And because of the delay, over 30, 45 minutes, we always get punished for this because people are not get that patience and get other platform them where they veer into because it's much advertised. But having said this, I have no doubt that long after this program, it's going to, you know, go viral and thousands of people they get for watch them. But what everyone say is the brother, it never they fall short of expectation, especially so when I begin for listening to him. He sounds very consistent, very brilliant, and it's just demonstrated that. And the question where we pose on the platform today, will the APC return to power in 2023? Long before we begin the conversation, the brother don't almost answer the question. But let me see. Now let's begin. Let's go down to some issues. William, without much ado, brother, I want to ask you, I don't want to weigh my opinion into this because I do have an opinion of mine. I get a perspective of mine. And I'm sure you do. And you now major player now the social media dunia, the world where we depend so now, especially in behalf of your party. So, from your own perspective, your own opinion, how you see things they go generally in your country. In other words, like how we title them, the state of the affairs of the state. Waiting at your opinion, waiting at your perspective. After that, then I will decide for offer mine.
Well, if I can rub more small on that, I think to say Sierra Leone Day na a particular platform where I think to say we know not proud of what's in the happen in our country. We know, including the one that we call themselves SLPP core supporters them. We know not proud. Because what we observe, like I say, now retrogression, consistent retrogression, backwardness, corruption, intimidation, different things them way not geared towards pushing this country forward. There is no area where you go look, say, okay, you know what? We are going down this path when it comes to economy, but trust me, when it comes to human capital development or whatsoever it is, or when it comes to education, or when it comes to this kind of infrastructure or something, we are progressing. There is no progress, nothing on the show of progress where they go now the country at present. You look at from any face, from any perspective you look at them, you know, it's very, very pathetic. I think to say, despite the fact that a person like me, not there with the SLPP, because we know they come now as a clean advocate, and they come now purely as an APCian. Then I know they hide them. You get me? Yeah. Despite that, trust me, if there are progress and development, we all go commend them, we all go clap to them, we all go glad for them, because in any way you have a new government like the APC come back to power, you get for work on that platform day, you get for take them from that particular point day. But if nothing not to go forward, everything just to give. In fact, the country don't station one place. You get me? The country don't station one place. For move them again, you get for take a lot, you know. But I believe in the mighty APC, and I guess one of the reasons where a person like me decide for step into politics, because of the rhetorics where people don't get say politics now, you know, now criminals and they and all of these things. And what me see, I see and say, if people like us or people waiting to see they're smart, people waiting to see they're educated, people waiting to see they get influence and all that, decide say, you know what, politics are for rogues, are for criminals, are for crooks and all that, then we still create space for people like Madabio for continue forward. People like Ali Kabaz, people like the people we are having now who are criminals. We know them for past records. I'm not accusing them. I can bring the records if people ask for them. You get me? We know them for past records. This is the platform they are using for enrich themselves. You get somebody we don't kind of power. Somebody we don't extort now this country. Tijan Kaba of blessed memory. When a SLPP somebody tell me say when he take over power for Madabio, it meet a wreck and a wretched economy. I will classify him. It meet everything they down. You know, meet nothing. Madabio loots the country according to Tijan Kaba to me. You get me? Say Madabio loots the country. We get another instance where Dr. Samuel Kamara talk about ilmenite weighing a mineral of 18 million. This guy do this, then this guy will get compensation from the United Nations for making handover power after the non-talents, then we charge him high treason if you not hand over power within 3 months. So if you not get the cause the handover power. We find out say after this guy go, he only return back 20 years later. People they put money for him for making travel. People they put money for him for rent place for him. He has nothing. If somebody able for sustain millions of dollars where it don't loot this country, able for maintain them, then our economy will maintain. These are some of the things that they look at. If somebody don't go from where it come, from where they face the power, where it come, 1992 to 2000 to 1996, we have a different first lady. When it came in 2007 for can contest, we have a different face as a first lady. When it come back 2018, we have a different face as a first lady. Trust me, if you count 2021, we're gonna forget a different face back. Because this guy not even maintain a family. You know, maintain his own kids, put your own kid in one place. Now we country we put together. Now Sierra Leone and Sierra Leone put together. The killing of people, the maiming, the arresting, the everything where they go on. I think to say for me, not come as a surprise. You know, somebody able discipline your own picking and getting home together. Trust me. Another accuse nobody now. I just talk based on the foundation of fact of what we see. You know, so inside the country they pathetic, but I think to say we are to be blamed. We self need for blame ourselves because we sabi the history of a personality. Then we go put it under. It become, you know, it's funny. It's just like I don't know my host. I want to go out. I get fish where I buy. I left the puss in charge, say make you watch the fish for me. Then when I can find out say fish they don't lost, I begin they grumble about the fish. No, it definitely I'm not saying the fish they get for loss. The puss na a thief way not they see fish left. So me don't go tell this person I don't can put as president. We're not supposed to surprise us anything where they happen. That's why I said how they go now so they can get for the camper cam. And indeed, nothing not fail me. I'm never disappointed in myself. Say I should not have. I proudly say. I do am in the beginning. I tell people, and trust me, my words then they come in place now. Thank you.
William, obviously, most people will not be disappointed at you, brother, because you, from all points, appear to be a prolific speaker, and to the point, you're homing the message. But in homing the message, which I think you've done brilliantly well, it therefore be a case of either the other side they go up against. Because for lose, somebody has to win, and the opposite is true. For win, somebody has to lose. So with all of the accusations the way you don't make, William, there is a problem, and I don't know whether that is deniable from your side, but it's so evident from your side, which you don't make clear. Of course, you come up from the background of the All People's Congress. The All People's Congress, as we understand, and those of us within the public domain, is in disarray. The conflict of interest, Iboku, the tribalization of fragmentation of the party is noticeable. And for letting they go into a fight of this kind, there has to be some form of unity. And it not appear like say there is. I wonder whether you have a different view, William. William, you mute.
Yes, I have a different view. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Firstly, I want give a parable. It's like within Waterloo, we dey look for motorcar for Camp Freetown. That's Napo, it's not Waterloo. Now the situation they happen at APC right now. Then the bus camp park. When the bus camp park, you get forget people where they rush go inside that bus for go fence seat. As then they rush go inside the bus, then go for mask some people, and go for draw some people, who are the pickpockets, go for pickpockets and who are they push corner, they push corner. Imagine the last bus, you get crowd of people. Everybody just want for be part of that one day. You get me? So this are the situation where APC find itself. When APC find itself like this, everybody want for get seated. Everybody want for dinner the position of make they recognize them or make it get a name for lead the party. Everybody want to get the best seat. Everybody wants to be at the front seat. Everybody just like that. So we get that chaotic situation where it seem like. But make I just advise, and make I just say this to people. When that day come, where APC they come out now in convention. When we don't get to flag bearer, it's just like when the motorcar don't start for Camp Freetown. As soon as that poda they start, everybody they become seated. In fact, the one who poda they go quiet. We all don't take public transport understand. That noisy situation, they go quiet, they go dead quiet, and everything they be organized. Do that tin up steadily. Who that sit down steadily. This is the situation. Now there is no situation wherein you get something like weapon the effects for position or power. There is no friendliness in that. There is no friendliness. It's just that we got to make the environment conducive enough, wherein, despite what the challenges are or what is said, we all see ourselves as brothers and sisters. So what is happening in APC, the pressure for people coming for flag bearer, I think it's something where it definitely, that's why it happen all sides. The reason why I'm making it at the SLPP, because the SLPP is not a democratic party. They went to a particular convention, which is not a convention to choose a leader. At the end of the day, then go hijack the whole process and impose Madabio back again for leader in 2020, for 2022. That's what happened. So now I make see no chaotic situation. But in APC, Democratic Party, everybody get right and chance. Now we get different cases. We get the court case. We get different things. Them. I want to jump into some of the issues there before time. I want to give you time to ask them, make a deal with them one by one. You get me? And make people understand. But all of these challenges where they happen, this is not new to the APC. We go back to 2007, it was the same. We were in court. At last minute, at that certain point, we decide, say, you know what? We need for study research and decide for search for the way forward. And then again, people are like, you know, already they talk so William, the APC not still get a flag bearer yet. You get me? We not still not get a flag bearer yet. So who that we go believe for lead this party? Who that we go put we hope and trust in? Now I want to inform people then. The APC got a flag bearer in 2017 on the 17th of October. Now we get a flag bearer on the 17th of October, which is yet to come. Meaning, as it is right now, in 2018, we will not be still get flag bearer yet, as it is right now. And again, I want to begin something. During that 10 day, APC decide or through the selection policy, but decide for choose a diplomat rather than a politician, a diplomat, when a Dr. Samura Kamara. Somebody where most people they not relate to, they not to understand. And imagine this person challenge somebody where they don't stand for presidency when Madabio, then go head to head until they go circle rounds again. Before finally what happened, what not happen, whether we look and say Madabio win or not win, how they do, how they not do, at the end of the day, it's a win because it was pronounced winner. So whether you like it or not, it's a win. So Madabio declared winner. Imagine with somebody where APC they ask APC people you sabi just imagine that kind of person. And this person don't graduate now. He don't develop himself within 4 years from that diplomat with sabi to a core politician, a very popular and fundamentally positioned, and a part of him again. During the 2017 election phase, we got several people like Kefala Mara, several other people will be stand. For example, Kefala Mara was still in the race, and several other people like Richard Conte and all that. These are no strangers. There is no situation playing for Karaksi Sabiam. So any of these people where APC put, trust me, they don't create the foundation already. The bases are there. But the confusion and all of these things where they happen, trust me, it bound for happen. But it will settle pretty soon. I want to make you give me the questions out there for camp. So I'll go for the kind side. Thank you for now. Make a hold on here.
William, and this is exactly the point. And Fambulem, una when they listen today, if una be not listen to William, of course you'll be convinced enough that William is a prolific speaker, is a convincing speaker, and the brother, even without seeing him, because remember that what we're doing now, you know, even get some picture where you go relate to in the physical sense. But definitely he does, you make a convincing argument and see what he do. Cleverly laying the platform for the questions that are to come. In other words, now in the lead into what we want to go into. But let me take and say that's the fact. So, William, I get beaucoup question for you around this basis where you just create. So
I'm
let
ready
me
for it.
yeah, I know you're prepared for that, my brother, and I really like that because part of this conversation here today, now how for convince your thousands and thousands of followers as to why they for believe waiting you the talk, the prospect of your party come 2023. Hence the question, will you return in 2023? So let me say the example we can make, most of the other few people, including yourself right now, is back to few years ago. But I guess before I pose the question is, you will agree with me that the circumstances of the then and the now, in terms of the example and where you give, they are different, aren't they?
Yeah, of course. Of course. This now 2022, my brother. You know, we expect what happened 2018 or previous years will be the same. Any carry, there must be difference, whether bad or good, but there must be difference.
So the issue where we now they back this thing on is it happened back in 2012 or 2007. The All People's Congress Party been in a court, and last minute to time, where they get the green light for go ahead, then decide for come together, select the flag bearer, presidential flag bearer, and they went on to win the elections. But these are different times, and at the case stand the one for let you make because your enemies will have understood what happened in 2007. It's not like they are lying down sleeping. As we speak now, William, now then design a manual for you where you they carry on with, where you have to carry on with. Because if you don't carry on with them, then of course the court, which is normally subservient to the government of the day, goes summon them people and they for can answer question. So Henry, the question here to you is, you've got a Peter Alfred Conte, who is part of a 21-man committee. So you get a 9-man plus a 12-man where then at the parliament, and when you comprise them, they make the 21-man. What do you make out of this composition in your honest view in terms of the party in interest and going forward 2023?
Okay, I underline one word we use in your honest view. Honest
Yeah,
is the
absolutely.
word
Yeah, correct.
where I think to say I am based on me answer on honest. Make I not lie tell you, the 21-man committee, it's like a confused set of people put together. Confused. You get me?
Yeah.
You see, the body, it gets a center organ where they operate the body. The foot them, they coordinate themselves according to that organ from the system, whether from the brain, wheresoever from the body, neurobiologist, I don't know. But it coordinates itself. But the 21-man committee seems to be the legs, they all that operate by themselves. This will go east, this will go west. And if you have that kind of situation, progress, it go out from a progress can. Honestly. The problem inside the 21-man committee is ego. The biggest problem is ego. Nobody not ready for let's go. Let me give you an example. Let's say a home, a wife and a husband and kids. Let me just use the wife and the husband. There are certain times in the way the man go come work retire. You go see the woman come in and darling, I got this dinner where I think to say we need for go. They don't invite me. There are different ways that way the man go approach that kind of situation. How? One, you go say, hey, darling, you know, I'm tired today. Wait, I go make you do it. You go represent well too. Or you say, darling, you know what? I think I'm tired, but movie go. You know, or darling, you know what? I'm not sure to say we any of we can go. But we just relax, make this pass because I think I'm tired and I go need forget to time now. You know, but what I tell say you must get what they call negotiation. You must give in and give out. You have to give up your tiredness for follow the wife or convince the wife for understand say you tired for make you not go inside go or steady or make it go without you. There must be some compromise. Inside the 21-man committee, that is what is lacking. There is no compromise. Everybody wants what he wants. Well, I use the SFP word power again. Everybody just believes say, what do we want? Waiting this for happen, for happen, regardless of this. I've a get you into our spirit and I say, you know, what myself wants power pie for happen. Despite what? But me cannot lie tell you, I've is the biggest failure in all of these things. You know why? I know
No.
pin him because like I hate him or whatsoever. You as the leader, like right now, what's in the happen as alone. Now one game name I don't call now for most start. Then I'm mad at you. I don't call no other name yet, except I get friends to other people. But mad at you. Mad at you is the leader. Everything will happen is mad at you. You are going to blame. Now we get for blame Peter Conte for everything what happen inside the 21-man committee. The failure of the 21-man committee after Peter Conte because he's the leader. No matter how it is, he's the leader. Now you got for compromise. You know today they look at program now AYV. Where they discussed, and then we are asking that the president will try for meet and engage the opposition. Then also the opposition will fight for engage with the president, and the president will land as a leader. So that's what Alfred Peter Conte should do. Then going all about the place, you know, creating more confusion, creating more divide within the party, and all of these things. You get me? He's failing himself. Whether they do out of innocency or they do out of a mission where he's paid for as accused by people, I don't know. But make I tell you something. Make I tell you something now before you come. Yeah. You go able to understand because Usai Aga for answer your question properly in this particular interview. If APC they win, now when it comes to the registration, now they Aga for answer your question purely, and now they Aga for show you say, despite what you see they happen so. APC is well prepared. Now that give you proper answer.
Okay,
you
William.
Make yourself amused.
William, I must again once more admit, say you are a very clever guy because you tend for the preempt the direction in which me as the interviewer supposedly they go, and you are spot on that. But again, there is a certain principle what they try for establish based on what you say earlier on, and it goes back again to the fact say you say. And most of the APC people can run into this and say, you know what, we will not go through this 2007, 2012, but when it come, we became a formidable force. We put things then together and we went on to win. Now, Emeka can ask you this specific, are the times different? And luckily for me, and the truthful answer is you agreed. So, but the development where you don't give so now, it clearly shows, say, that within the party, there is this huge division. And in as much as you go try for play down Peter Alfred Conte, he is still, right at the center of this conversation. Going forward, William, how are you guys going to form, this formidable force? It means all these challenges they will una get offend people truly representative of what the party want, dismiss at least externally, because we can keep them internally, say we do have differences, but for now, the objective is to go and win the 2023 election. But as far as we, the general public, they see, those of us in social media and in journalism, they see, the thing is becoming deeper and deeper, the differences, and you don't have to outline that as well. Where the confidence where you want to provide, apart from this usual saying, oh, no worry, 2007, we will get the same thing, we go on for win. Where the confidence where you get for provide for you people, evidentially backed. Peter Alfred Conte, where you seem for don't describe appropriately, not go continue for fight for waiting in stand for, as opposed to the rest of the APC party.
Okay, firstly, make I disassociate myself from believing in that concept, say, no, when things can scatter at the end of the day. No, I just blank as a reference. And I know, they put them on me, but just say, talk on them because I have plenty of people that believe in, And I'm not free to say, when you fail for plan, you get me. I believe so when you fail for plan, you don't plan for succeed. That means you plan for fail. So if we get at a situation where we're supposed for the plan, then the plan not seems for the work, then it's a problem. But let me say this. After Peter Conte, I can always use the word interim before I call him chairman. I can never say chairman after Peter Conte. I will always use that word interim. No matter how it is, I will never make that mistake. The reason being, there is a lifespan given to that particular interim body. It's an interim body. There's a lifespan. There will come a time it expires soon, despite the dragginess of it, but it expires soon. And then after Peter Conte gets a limitation in terms of how long he got for taking at this party. It's pathetic when we mention some of these issues. It's pathetic. But I guess the courts don't decide for call him back home if I appear at court on Wednesday. Wherein some of the things that we don't go against as policies laid down go be addressed. I see we members them on social media, make I address APC people them. People are scared. They say, waiting, APC don't go to court. We don't get one case, we don't get two cases. They're not done yet. They don't get the party go back in a court and all of these things. This is different. You get me? This now like now contempt. Then they call you for contempt. Then they call you for go warn you. Then they call you for go address you. Then they go call you for go replenish you. Not a fresh case where they can forget procedures for can begin call witness. They call no. You get me? The longest you go take something are 2 sitting or 3 sitting. You don't know. But now for go set the platform properly or maybe find somebody. Well, it depends on how the court will settle them. But these are a calling home for put you for the you years, like current create a for the years for make you understand what they happen. And I won't believe in this particular action on Wednesday. I won't believe in them. I don't believe in them in absolute because the court itself is being monopolized by the SLPP. So I'm not a believer in them in absolute. But it's a way forward because there is no way for make election happen. Then something like this become an hindrance to the main opposition party not for participate. That's forget it. There is no way possible, not possible. You get me? So, but what's been important now the fact that APC is an institution. And the way I go for answer, you go make you see all the things there. APC is an institution. APC is not run by 2 or 3 people. Even the grassroots members there, they make sure say waiting for happen for make APC kind of power. It they happen. And there are proofs them where this program go for unleash later. You get me? About how systemically things then they fall in line. Despite what? If you listen to William on social media, you go, William, they are like, hey, they don't go do this wacko, they don't go do that debacco. Because my role as a opposition, now for oppose things then critically and things that will make sense. You get me? There are certain progress where they happen, and not they come here because one, what would they fight for avoid this system na APC na overconfidence where affect we drastically in 2018. So what put people on the edge until last minute? It not mean say the APC not get prospect or the APC not they make progress. No. If anybody think that, I beg wash them. The APC they make systemic and consistent progress in every step where they take forward. So by and large, for end the way it's not. I'm not proud of the fact that things will go on this way. But what I assure the people and say, the party go put itself together now. Our contest is going to be cautioned. After the caution them, we go able to take them from the next phase. And I believe the next phase will be more proper because whatsoever losing ends the day or lose edges the day, then go swam and go fit them well for me to make progress.
William, the long and short, straightforward. You are a very important voice inside the All People's Congress because you are the champion social media, and social media is greater as at this point in time more than the domestic media. You have no confidence in Alfred Peter Conte, do you?
Well, at the judge, they say you can't judge a book by its cover. But you can judge somebody by experience or by the way we see it present himself, Alfred Peter Conte, in the beginning, after the 21-man committee was formed, he seemed to be somebody who determined, somebody who gets a positive prospect for the party in mind. He seems to be that kind of person. But as time they go on, we cannot say some of the actions, them whether it's been influenced, whether it's been provoked to do it, whether he's been doing it without experience, any of these factors, the way they affect them. I'm not confident with the way they go, but I tend to get more hope after Wednesday by God in power.
Okay, lovely and beautifully said. And Fambule, just for reminder now, we talk to a very brilliant brother within the Stay Red movement of the All People's Congress, and he happened to be Brother William. This is the first time I talk to him. I've listened to him extensively, especially, quite recently. And I'm kind of impressed. And as I listen to him now on this live program, and nothing surprises me because he's proven to be a very clever man and we get many more questions for asking. So please stay tuned. And William, just before we go on the first break, I don't get 1 or 2 calls and 1 or 2 messages. I think people want to ask you questions directly. And it's not going to be more than 2 or 3 or 4. And it's up to you because this wasn't planned at all. Now they call it what they get because apparently they want to ask you this question directly. If you want to take direct questions from people, that will be fine. No more than 4. And if you don't want to, it wasn't planned, we're not going to go that way there at all. So that's up to you. Let me know if that's something.
My
Yeah, go
happiest
on.
moment now for answer questions. That are my happiest moments for clear the air
Well,
for people.
this is what I'm beginning to like about you. I don't know you very well, but from the short conversations I don't get with you in the background, you seem to be a fearless guy. You seem to be an open guy. I remember what I tried to talk to you about the do's and don'ts, and you say, yeah, cut the chase. Anything.
Yeah, let's
Just
go to
bring
the
it
thing.
on.
Ask me any
Yeah.
question.
Okay, so Fabulem, those of una when they watch live, this is not pre-arranged. Now una call, now una send message, you say, una go like for ask questions, 1 or 2 questions of William. It's willing, so I've made it public, so not to the arrangement. So shortly I go put the telephone number where una go call for pose the question to William. But this na the TNN TV Media Empire. Me we they host the program tonight with this very special bro, and more to come. More to come. Don't touch that dial. This is the TNN TV Media Empire, where we talk news that make the news. Okay, Famulem. All the adverts seem to be frozen for some reason. Okay, we believe, in waiting we believe. But just for reminding again, once more, we dey talk to William. And wanna forgive me, first of all, if you're a Tottenham fan, because I'm wearing proudly my Gunners t-shirt for celebrate the trashing of the Tottenham, over the weekend. So if you're not Arsenal fan, please feel free for celebrate with me and celebrate with the platform. Anyway, Famule on this is the TNN TV Media Empire. The border is willing for accept, questions from the general public. And I go put the telephone number this soon when I bear with we. William, I want to come to voter registration because now the main critical aspect right now as we go through a process now the country. What are you view as opposed to how I posed the first question, now on voter registration, what are your view on the voter registration process? How will they go? How satisfied are you? And most importantly, how does your party, and they talk about party perspective, how do they see them?
Well, this question is Boko.
Of course, I always get loaded question for deflect.
But anyways, I will take the time, make a answer and make a begin from the back of it. This process supposed to be a genuine process where they create a platform for make Sierra Leoneans they're able to exercise their franchise by getting to register, verify, and getting to vote by making a decision, a permanent and strong decision at a country for choose who that will lead them by virtue of how they assess situation and go maybe for no so when this person we go now this person we go need. It's a provision where the constitution creates for make Sierra Leoneans able to exercise themselves. So nobody not go blame nobody for the outcome of anything. Everybody go hold yourself responsible because I will all make the decision. Whether I vote for or against, you make a decision one way or the other. So it's a platform where it be created. But what do we understand is the fact that this particular one where they happen so ongoing, they make them purposely for limit people not for get access for exercise their franchise, I can see. They make them purposely for pressure people not forget access to them. They make them purposely for go against people and franchise where constitution mandates them for do. By virtue of several things then. One, we begin from the planning of the whole thing. Imagine, next suppose for first of all, tell people, create awareness for 5 months as to how this process gets for go. Meaning, if that was done, issues surrounding how you got for go about time, where they go ask you for going and and all that, it should have been well laid on the table. So people don't understand them exactly what is going to happen. issues about the verifications where you need. For example, birth certificates. The birth certificate forget to stamp. The birth certificate don't forget to stamp. The birth certificate for big green, if for big pink, if for big purple. All those should have been said. You get me? Eh? The state institution where they produce this, where I believe Roxy building and they produce birth certificate, it should have been well organized as to who's one for producing a legal tender. But we get an institution now they produce birth certificate. You get another institution when I ECSL where they condemn another institution where they under the same government they don't produce. I don't understand how these governments they go. Now like I tell you, two left foot to worker. You get me? Eh? So these are all premeditated things. Imagine, can I get the courtesy, the infantry for tell Sierra Leoneans and say. Then we get a session for train the people and the people where they operate. I don't know how to put them. The operative under ECSL, the workers, them and all that. Then we get a provision for train them. But because of the August 10 protests, it bring a disturbance. So they're not able for do it properly. Take them 10 days out of that exercise day. So indirectly, he is openly telling people that the people are not well trained. Wait, if August 10 bring this problem, you not be fit to say that you push the date a little bit, then and train the people and more if they be ready for the proper work. These are all the issues then we need for consider. These are things them whether happen bien. You get me? When are factors them where turn hindrance they like today towards getting a very, very smooth process. You get me? All right. So if you look to all the things that I outlined, these are factors that will make I tell you say. Then do one willfully for marginalized people. Then do one willfully for limit Sierra Leoneans them, not for access that provision they where the constitution mandates them for access. All right, now we come to the main thing itself. When this program here starts, we see issues them with relation to machines, to charging, to this, to that, to all of these things them where NEC bring come up. Okay. Now, make I go back, make people understand. Why are they saying this are premeditated something? NEC be decide for do a bidding, forget a very solidified company for take up this particular contract, for produce them, produce that the computers, the charging, the this, the that, the those, and every other thing, including some print itself, then get a process of bidding where they do. Now, 13 companies then. Something companies them now then verge for this particular process for be part of them. On the 29th of April, the contract was awarded to Infinity ITC and General Merchandise. When a company, I think they all way line around all way line lodge area. You get me? Infinity ICT and General Merchandise. Now in and get this company. Now more can understand what we found. First of all, make a begin on this way. When ECSL pulled the statement say they don't award the contract. ECSL make a known to the people of this country, say they award the contract to the lowest bidder. That means the person will ask for small money for do the work, waiting to say go able to do and well. When are the lowest bidder? Now they allocate the contract. But when you look at the contract itself, at the bidding process, you find out that there was a company where bid for 5.8 million. He was not given the contract. The second one bid for 7.1 million. He was not given the contract. The one where they give the contract when Infinity ICT and General Merchandise, then bid for 7.4 million. I then give, they say the lowest they give. I don't know who the lowest starts, but I then give. Then this particular company gets plenty things for do with First Lady. First Lady get hands, serious hands, by Infinity ICT and General Merchandise. So whether it was done influenced by political personnel or it was done genuinely for produce sufficient, reliable materials for the people of this country, no one knows. But these are all the fundamentals will lead to the kind thing, the situation what we will get, where I tell you say that they marginalize the people, and it's willful act. If you look to all of them things there, it's a willful act. Okay, more we come again, self. Now, after the first phase of the registration, after the first phase, ECSL been pull a press.
Okay. All right, family. We don't briefly lost the brother. Just at a critical point. Wait a minute. A critical point. We don't lost him, but definitely he's going to come back. because these things can happen. And at this now, they say, one moment you have planned for something, you don't make you all your preparations, and then suddenly something go wrong. This is the issue about electronics. However, having said that, here is the point. It's
Because
making a
nothing
revelation.
to it. In fact, now we begin to see videos of people and they taught the VVF kits them or the ECSL kits them. Then they go to a bush, they go.
Again, we seem for the lost time in and out. William, if you hear me, this part of the conversation, William, can I pause you there briefly, please? You hear me?
That's why I said you said the question, Iboku. Go ahead. Yes.
William, you hear me? No. And then they pause you because the issue Boku, because you want for Yeriam. Not so that make they pause you. But if you hear me, waiting they happen on you staying out with your Wi-Fi is playing up. So people then they get the connection to the story because you they break up. And now we don't want them people to ask questions later. That's what I'm saying. We are interested in the whole shebang. We want Yeri ulti. But you they break up, unfortunately, like almost like 1 minute, we know you nothing, and then suddenly you connect. So we know you always you say in between then. That's what I'm trying to say.
If I be nice, I pause. I go glad if I go the back.
Yes, okay. So let me go to Infinity Merchandise. The first lady get on inside Infinity Merchandise, and the whole shebang about how they go about the process in terms of the bidding. If you can just take them from there and go, maybe then we'll all the other points.
Quickly, make I do this hastily because I don't really know it's our stop, but I believe it's around this area. I'd say 13 companies them now then come up for the bidding. And on the 29th of April, the contracts are awarded to Infinity ICT and General Merchandise. And according to ECSL, they say they award the contract to the lowest bidder. When we say the person will ask for small money, the lowest bidder. Now, the lowest bidder originally be asked for 5.8 million. They not get that company there. The second lowest bidder asked for 7.1 million. They not get that company there. The one where they given Infinity ICT and General Merchandise asked for 7.4 million for produce all of them things there. All of the items they needed, the VVF, the VVK kits them, the generator, I mean the solar panels, every other thing. And this particular company where they give, whether it's influenced by political personnel, because we can't understand, say, and we get proof, say, Fatima Bio get serious hands inside this particular company. I know they accuse them, and they say, in fact, you get me. Get hands inside this ICT and General Merchandise, where Infinity ICT and General Merchandise, where they get this contract. By virtue of the fact that the policies of a bidding, then jump them, then in fact they lie to the people by giving the third lowest bidder the contract instead of the lowest bidder. That all on show you say there is a plot. Whether this plot is a willful ploy for undermine the process, or this plot then do them out of negligence or out of ignorance, I don't know. But my brother, I think to say there is no ignorance here. You know the first one, you know the second one, jump all, you can't give one person. There must be a reason, a core reason. Anyways, now we get several incidences that don't happen with relation to the machines there. One, the solar panel them, not they charge the machines them for long. Then they charge 1 hour, 2 hours, then they go off for the next 4 hours. They wait for machine back for can't give them 2 hours wait safe. You know, just like that. And most of them things they happen now the Northwest, more especially. And these are
that's exactly William what I want to ask you about, because you did not the ground and you well informed. Okay, I think we get a first caller, but hold that right there because you're well informed that these mishaps they happen at the Northwest instead of the Southeast. We go come back to that. Let me see what this person get for say. Hello, caller. You want to make contribution to the program?
Yes, I guess 2 questions were for ask William from Spirit Movement.
William Idieri?
Yeah, the fight for get up. Yeah, they get up anyway.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, if you can speak up a bit loudly, please, because they use an unorthodox sort of situation for get back to William. So if you can speak up loudly, please. The floor is all yours.
Yeah, William, Mina, Spain, I call from UK. Mina, one of the strong followers and members of the media empire.
Okay.
First, it is an honor to have you on this platform. I consider
Thank you.
A very brilliant speaker, a guy who I think is very clever and can always get in balance. Each time he speaks on issues affecting ABC, Now, tonight, I get two questions for you. The first question is relating to Honorable Cherry Coco. Cherry Coco is a man I consider a gentleman. I personally think he is one of Sierra Leone's finest. However, quite recently, he has come under intense criticism from members of your party and from Mr. Bar of the African Express. Now, here is the question. Mr. William, are you one of those criticizing Cherry Coco? If not, why do you think members of your own party are intensely criticizing Honorable Cherry Coco? My number two question is, you just said APC is democratic. Why do you guys have so many court cases? Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Okay, I can go to Ram.
Okay, yes, I think the brother not asking two questions the way you are asking. If you grasp them, then obviously now something you believe strongly, and then you can try for answer them if you can, please. Thank you very much, Mr. Spain.
I want to start from the second question. The second question is, say, if APC is democratic, why are so many court cases? That is because we are democratic. The court case is just an element for showing we're democratic. That is just because of that. Because if we were not, like when somebody become all for Madabio and talk, say the process of choosing Madabio for be flag bearer of SLPP was not due. You know, go according to how the law of the SLPP.
Hold the line, please. The guest just to answer somebody in question. So if you can hold the line or you want to call back in 5 minutes, that will be fine. Okay.
Yes. Somebody come out. We see a footage, or we see somebody going to AYV and 98.1 talk say in one challenge Madabio say you not get the legality for represent the party according to the principles of SLPP. The person go, we see Ian Lai Lawrence Lima, the Olona radio station. Then after that, it was Ying. Nothing hard for him. Nothing said. Because they don't marginalize them, they don't quiz them, they don't threaten them, they don't do all kinds of things to them. So it goes silent. The APC is not like that. The APC is a platform where if you get your grievance, we let you for make you blow mind. The critics them where they come at Cherry Coco now because of the fact that it's an open space where they create. You get me? You ask me a personal question. Now, if me and one of the one that way they criticize Cherry Coco, I don't want to answer people them. I say I do it this way. I say if I say yes, I not talk true. If I say no, I dey lie. So are they in between? Okay, now but make I just give you how things I will put them. Make I just give you. Firstly, we all understand say it's very tough for members of parliament. Then there are some things where all accept. It's very tough for them. It's very tough. Nobody know they look in family, ready for left in family, willingly and go to Pademba road. And certain things then the people and they avoid them because they want to avoid some of their sceneries there and their situations there. It's really tough. And the voice of we members of parliament is being limited. Just like when they talk on mic, they put the volume down. You get me? That is what is happening to our parliamentarians. So they themselves, they go through several challenges. And I want to get that in mind. So whilst we bash at them, make we realize that there are other things, factors where we need for consider. Even though the strength of the party where APC get right now, the number one now members of parliament, the party depend on them solely for leading to 2023 and making sure we can have power and making sure good policies are set for our people. So then get the trunk. Now they are the biggest arm what they fit for the party. Like I say no matter how it is, when you want blame SLPP na Madabio they blame. When you want blame to a committee na after Peter Conte they blame. And when you want blame the members of parliament, you are going for Cherry Coco. Whether they do well or not they do well. But make I not lie tell you, Cherry Coco they do your own bit. But there are certain areas that people and people say there are limitations. For example, there was a time I got an interview with one member of parliament, and then somebody they tell him say, una the member of parliament una need for step up and all that. Then the member of parliament come. He say it's not like we no one for do am. But one make you understand say even we being intimidated, we've been harassed, we've been jailed, we've been imprisoned. You understand? Against we all right. And we're not even able to find a way for redress that. I mean what I mean redress for people to understand, for make at least they make amends for them things and they or make them see to them things and they make solution to them. So they themselves don't become victims as the ordinary man. But what I tell them, I said, I want to understand this. Una as member of parliament, these are willful act of the SLPP for limit una. Una know say the constitution give a provision where una get immunity. Una stand for una immunity. If one pound then the jail two, una stand, make more come, make we hear more voice. Make go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 at jail. But we hear say all the members of parliament don't be closed up. Then we go see if committees them, the one that wait for to send our forefathers, the colonial masters, they know will come in and say, hey, we need to solve this thing. But if una sit down the limit una self, una dey afraid, una dey panic, una say because then they arrest we, then una dey give them a platform for me to continue to do what they do because they set that place just for make una be limited, just for make una get
William, just for the benefit of time, many thanks for that. And I don't know whether Mr. Spain, take that on, probably not satisfied. But what I can tell Mr. Spain, the attempt we make at bringing you today, we need to stop because this has to continue. Because I think, say, you don't establish yourself from the very first time where you appear on the then in our platform as somebody where we for continue for bring calm. And I promise you, as long as you agree, we will continue for bring you calm so that you go able to explain yourself because you sound like an objective and truth, you're sort of person where they attend for answer questions truthfully. Again, we get another speaker on the platform or another questioner on the platform. Now I make a bot in. Other than that, we will have allowed you to go on. So, Mr. Next person, if you can just state your name and who side they call from and which you get for say, please.
Well, hello. 1 minute, boss.
That's all right. We can understand, bro. We all are parents. So take your time. No hurry.
Yeah. Good evening. This is Fode Mustafa from Leicester.
Fode Mustafa from Leicester. Yeah.
Yes. I want to make an historically clear first that I've never been an AP supporter and make people know this. But at this point in time, anything where they remove, make Madam will become accountable from all the allegations they would read, welcome. Make it be their account for which they don't take. And that's make with a contribution for which he would read. And they say this because the APC people, I don't try for trace, even Secretary General of the body where they make it do something. Now, this complaint, all what they complain, don't make any relevance. The only thing we did for the trial for the right now for challenge the registration legally. All this no matter. I mean, I did contribution because some people there with this go all the time with these things the way it say this is not necessary. But the left continues 1 minute. Sorry. 1 minute. It's not making noise. I'm on the phone.
Never mind. We understand the little one in voice. We don't say you don't understand what you talk so, but all the attempt to the me. Your live, sir. Continue for talk. You are live.
Okay. What I desire to say, these two complain already the complaint. Where they do this, they not do Gandhi. Everybody knows say the people them one through say the church what they make.
So anyway, la happy day quickly. Maybe you go do a contribution on a different day. Your point where you try for make is that APC should legally challenge all the complaint they are with the make. Correct?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ture.
And then I want to make this point. Why are they?
Okay, lost you. So he's gone. William, you don't go. Obviously, in family number cool. So we get one more caller. Let me take this caller, then you go deal with them all now in pieces, yeah?
Yeah, but not quite get this last caller in question directly.
I go help with that. Immediately try for say the APC for challenge, all the complaint they wouldn't bring towards them, they shouldn't accept it, then for challenge and I mean understanding, Andy. I might be wrong. But we get one more caller on the line. Listen to this one. Maybe it might make hear more. Caller, you name and where you call from, please, and then the floor is yours.
I name Mr. Kumara, the call from New York. Actually, I've been see something today with regards, but thinking the Williams already make mention of and we say Peter Conte, then they invite an court on Wednesday because they say because of the contempt of court, they were established chairman, they appoint their way. Now, this is one of the reasons they will make him bring an Escromad in a court so they do selections, which of course they do contrary. And I wanted them they squarely on them because as you as a chairman, vote them for vote a simple majority. Just the they dictate, you go and become tyrannical or dictatorial. That is unacceptable. And that to be the fight for. So why you go and do the entire? And somebody we don't talk at one time, he say Peter Conte, most of the things they do, they say ever condemn them. I remember one incident when they did on this issue in Parliament, when they attacked one member of Parliament, when I even incensed when they damage them, they go for Kangona hospital. I'm sorry. Ever condemn what they actually by the talks of the SLBP. That means a mold for the SLBP. This is now a fact where everybody for understand. But in the Williams, they try to shy away for let go say blame Peter Conte. But at the end of the day, end up for say it's just like when you say you have the identity will go wrong. You are squarely responsible for that. And again, the other thing where I want to talk on like this flag bearership. That one of the reasons they already hamper with APC. First of all, Samura Kamara, they don't already sell out by the blessing of Anis Kuruman, and they don't sabi any side go to get popularity. See people that turn out in numbers for can welcome them. But people in the APC, because of they not being getting this opportunity, and I think you see people like Alpha Khan today in common at APC because they don't get satisfied mind, they don't get faith. I remember when they overthrown APC in 1992, people like Edward Toué and Seri Kamal, these were the people who fought very hard to bring the APC. Most of the APC stalwarts, they all then go into demise, they all disappear, except them people that then galvanize, they will get some few councillors, the APC begin to come back small. Then they all begin ambition for be flag bearer, but when it comes to come and it's Koma, then they may end up for give. Not to Boston, not being one, but in really around Vietnam. So now the same thing back. No matter someone come whether a new person or no, 9 people in non-sabi. I remember once even we're gonna bow I think this man will die when
So yeah, brother, for the interest of time, yes, Samoa Kamara na in non-sabi. What's the point?
The people of Boden talk say the many people that they support APC na Bo, they say any candidate with APC give. They say na Samuel and Sabi na Yamama they need support them. So I feel say I'm not doing the convention yet, but I feel say all other people have to put their differences aside. When this thing happen, even the irregularities that happen on this registration, if I not say that Samuel Kamara normally only contender by APC will be flag bearer where they talk. Where they talk on the known whenever Richard Conte come out to make a statement, even some Sumana who's the sincere one, the Kalfala Maran, other people. So this small content. Before I don't talk more because I don't want to.
No worries. Thank you very much. No problem at all, my brother. I mean, you've made your point. Of course, that's your opinion, and then you pose the question to the guest on the platform, so the guest will attempt for answer that. And William, I guess you waiting the brother been described for say this last one.
Yes, I get I'm waiting the guy for say. But one is I shy away for blame Alfred Peter Conte. Outrightly, I blame him. Whether you look and shy, not shy, I talk and say nine only the way self responsibility. I don't know how you make a blame him. I don't understand, but I don't blame him, the blame done. But I know to say I will blame him more than how I don't do him. That's now one. Then two, you talk about Dr. Samoa Kamara, somebody where the world don't sabi, I don't go say salon no more. World don't sabi, people don't appreciate him so badly. And certain people even they say without they not go vote for APC according to what you say. I got one concept where I can always say, first time voters and staggered movement, they get one slogan where they can say, with or without my candidate, I'm still an APCian. You get me? So with or without them, if you say elect, I think to say whatsoever APC give me will be for believing now because now an institution. Now Samoa Kamara, yes, now the person that the way we all long sabi, in popular pass. I go tell you outrightly say popular pass the all. Then I know the idea and self being Kushublai. Do you get me? And as until we open, everybody know that. In name there everywhere and all about the place. But that not mean say for limit other people are waiting to say they want try. We not for limit them. Let's get the chance. And that not to infight. For make we all contend for a particular position or office, at least also to infight. We all get the right. Would I suitable, we're gonna convention, we get and we move forward. That's it. You know, now we wanna support us the most of the time they bring this situation. Who don't know where they can stand, no, everybody get right. That's why we say APC democratic. If APC not be democratic, we know they're gonna cut in the first place, because the reason we gonna cut and say because of selection policy, and the selection policy for come out. That means we forget left and democratic, make everybody contend who that win. So more not limit and back. Make we not fit for certain thing that we support with the same thing again, like how Peter Cotter they do. So that's the two I'm gonna put aside. Then the other caller talk about the fact that the party for take to court, all of them things there, the malicious acts there of ECSL and SLPP people and all of the people that were involved into them. I think to say the party they take note of that. The party they take note of that, because even the centers them, make I just say this, the centers them, the agents that the centers them, when they stop people enough for vote, not for register, will they take note of them all? And tomorrow, if not now, there will be a court case where they all they go answer why the people limit this person with all the paper where show what's supposed to get all the documents and everything. Now I made them tell you say forget a rejection form. The rejection form now in case you want to take them to court or whatsoever action if you want to do. I want to show you say the APC they do very well. When it comes to the registration, I want to tell you, say, according to the results, more especially first rounds, APC is doing extremely well. This make it left force. We I guess I would ask me a question about them. But I just want to give that assurance, let me pull and get at the back of the mind. I will can do now the breakdown as to analyze them properly. So everybody go sleep with peace today. Anyways, make I allow you again, sir.
Okay, William. I get a few questions, you know, a little bit of struggle, but of course I always find me bearing. Few questions. In other words, can you address the issue between the domestic, what I mean by the domestic, Usayude, the politics of Usayude as opposed to the diaspora? Give me an inclination of waiting at the difference or the politics between.
I want you to come in, scatter for me. I don't understand them. I don't understand the question.
Okay. We did talk about differences. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that, for asking the question. It's a very good one. And they talk about the politics of those of us where they na the diaspora and those of us where they within, where they home. Yeah. Obviously, part of this conversation show that there is a differences. We're not qualifying what the differences are as yet, and we're not intend for qualifying because then the threshold is too high. But what we do know is there is a difference. For example, we get for come to that, and a question I would like to ask you, and I just want to give you a clue on so you go begin for prepare for that. August 10, you position when you be whole as opposed to other position where other people where probably that you comrades and what have you behold. But definitely that shows a difference. In my opinion, there's nothing wrong with having a difference in opinion because that can help you forward. But between diaspora and domestic, my first question will be, is there a difference or would you agree whether there's a difference?
Well, make I not lie tell you, this I can't answer blindly. Why? Because I know about the politics, the internal politics, but the diaspora, I'm not there. I'm just observing. So I got for going at that side, well, edgy. But within, from inside, the politics, I want based on the politics of the general politics where they play in the country. For me, we got the most messy politics ever. And put into context, all coups, including the FRC and all other coups together. The situation or the timing of the country right now, our country day, trust me, is very, 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 I don't know what to say. Normal. Because this is a situation now where you're in a country, you can't even express yourself properly. You know, this salon, I can always say, salon gets freedom of expression. Me not gonna lie for you. Freedom of expression, we get them. What do we not gonna have freedom after expression? And then the problem. And when you don't say that, say they well, you don't say no kind sign now. As I talk to you, so my brother, we have plenty of our people where because of one reason or the other, they didn't have Pademba Road, they didn't sell. Some people are in prison just because somebody say it costs mother mama. Just imagine. Without any evidence, you say it costs mother mama. He's beaten. In fact, you are beaten, tortured, taken to Benghazi. tortured there and taken to prison just because they say you cause mother be mama. There's a video yesterday where one woman, na teacher we go pujon, komobo, where they ask them say how rest na bo, they say rest na 2,000 for cop na bo. Now say who say ba rest na 2,500, who's 2,000 Andy. When you talk that talk the ECSL staff will be present, the ECSL staff, somebody where government of the day employ, challenge the woman say how the woman they oppose government. I ain't got to make sure say then take the woman pin code na as a teacher because it don't talk against mother you. Imagine on ECSL staff. This is very, very pathetic for our country. You understand? It puts the country in a situation where I don't understand how we get for common area soon. You understand? Yeah. But within Sierra Leone, the politics, it don't become a non-friendly ground for anybody. Now, as soon as you involve, so you even in a WhatsApp self, you say I love APC, you my man, force a slap your phone at your hand. Tell you, so you want to give me trouble, you want to give me problem. And seriously, there is no freedom of expression again. If me not say me na William, I believe myself, or make I pull myself this self, any APC somebody, make it go near state house, you wear red. Just put red now, you begin no more half. But in APC time, you have people with green where they go get picture with the former president. You get me? So the limitations of people expressing themselves or the association when it comes to politics within our country is pathetic. There is no freedom. For the diasporas are doing well. Make I not lie tell you. Most of the funds them where I think to say politically we they utilize, most of them they come out from the diasporas. And diasporas they support people. Mrs. F. Nana benefactor. What I go tell you. But we get programs in our staggered movement. When you get to activities, then we go see the diaspora and say, okay, well, William, Mr. go send this one, I use them, utilize them. The party self can get them things. So they are trying their own part. You get me? Eh? But there's other thing where they happen. You see the social media, people are taken too serious. I want to say this. We've taken serious, but people are taken too serious. I want to make people understand the line where I say now. When you get on social media, there are different types of information where they pass under. There's what we call propaganda. There's what we call fact. Majority of the news where they go around are propaganda. Propaganda sweet for you. Right now, if I tell you they do publication on the newspaper, I put two story. I said a pastor wed in Freetown. Nobody not worried themselves because it's normal. Because if I say a pastor is catch sleeping with a married man's wife, trust me, that newspaper they don't come on, they don't sell them. Bad news they sell. And some of the people in our social media like forget the bad news because the bad news they make them become popular. The bad news they purport them. The threat, the situation like they are threatening the situation, creating uncertainty for people. And most of the people who they do some of we they say, but majority are from the diaspora. They say certain thinking they not they try. And then they believe too quick, too soon of certain things that within the way without asking for the fact. Too quick, too soon. You get me? Eh? Some of the things that they happen, make an lie telling me, brother. William goes to not do audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. You know me say something that they happen. There are certain things then they more handle them politically. Because when you make comments of them things, then they are well, it go around the other way again. Where means like you solve them, like you try to hide them more and all that. So start thinking we can, you get me? Start thinking we can tend for keep quiet and allow the authorities for take charge. And allow what if happen within the party, we go strengthen the party for happen. So for me, by and large, the politics from within and the politics from diaspora, I don't know too much about the diaspora for going inside there, but it's different. More especially when it comes to how they play the politics. But their support in terms of the calls and whether they make self to people and for energize people and everything, I think to say necessary and welcoming. That's all I can say.
Okay, many thanks for that. And just for go back quickly, we they post people and comments in the live page. So the whole world they get for see the comments where people they make. And the only one who I pick up from, I mean, there are very many important ones, but other people they can deliberate on that. So I see Brother Abu Bakar, Dembo, Yabi, Jallo. Mr. Koroma, you are talking too much in asking your questions. Just your questions and leave the rest to our guest. Thank you. I'll take the advice. I'll take the advice in good faith. Many thanks, Mr. Abu Bakar. Sometimes there are reasons why you develop them because you try for lead the conversation in a different kind of conversation. But many thanks. I'll take that on. And ladies and gentlemen, do not touch that dial. The person who they talk to today, a proficient, prolific, well-spoken, understand the dynamics in many ways of saloon politics, a great influencer, a blogger, a vlogger, and you can't take that away from him. And when they talk about William of Stay Red Movement, this is not the very first time we host them on the Then and Now platform, but it's certainly not be the last. And there are so many questions I want to ask the brother. The dimensions today, myself, they even struggle because I feel saying that the last time we get on school. So I try for compound questions them to Ram. And so far, he has been extremely brilliant and has never fallen out of expectations. But when they come back again and we can ask them short put questions, now that we hope say we go get them another time for clarifications, do not touch that dial. This is not the TNN TV media empire in a Prince Emil Koma. Thank you so much. So we just take a short break and we go back to we guest. And we advert him for the freeze, hence the little mishap that we will see. But notwithstanding, we've got a very special guest on the program here tonight, William of the Stay Red Movement. Very important interview and critical interview. And one for want to listen to the question them as we frame them. And I believe say there will be another part to this. Like I say, I've been a feel say this is the last time we'll get with brother, so I try for ask all the critical questions. But having had a feeling as to how the brother they express himself, say that he is very open, including the next time. So I'm much more now relaxed, knowing for no say that we will have a next time. William,
Sure.
once again, thank you. Yeah, that's fine, brother. Thank you and welcome to the program. And I can't continue for say how much I appreciate you being on the program and how much you are an exemplifier of something we need for follow. Because USA you belong, they under so much immense pressure, and you know one person will still continue for carry the banner and they fly high with your head raised high. William, having said this, make I ask you again this particular question in regard to the direction where they go. The voter registration, you don't talk about them already. How pleased are you in terms of the way how they go with regard to your party in perspective?
Okay. This is not one of the questions I they anticipate for. I not talk about the voter registration. I not talk what I hate. Well, I make account to the actual thing. You ask me the silent question. How pleased am I? For the first phase of the election, I'm very pleased. For the first phase, if you listen, William is one of the people that will be do audio throughout the first phase and second phase. They count problems every day. Are problems. Somebody call me that I say, William, me I don't tell myself every day APC na complain, no one na complain. I say, well, the good thing they happen, but more keep our voice, more talk about the issues, more rectify, more get more good. When we don't do now, we can't shape the money. Just like what you did get. You get the money first, you get that you go starve yourself, you know, go eat, you go then at treat, you they sing, you they dance, you dance, you they dance and treat. Say we don't get the money at the end of the day, you can't shape. So now, when we can shape, what we don't get for the first phase, make people listen to this part attentively because I get the interview now. You get me? First of all, make I just read the results for people and for understand. In the first phase, the results will come out from NEC. Now 1,345, 1,345. No, sorry, 1,345,176. Now, we get at the total registrant 1,345,176. Now, we get as the total registrant of the first phase. Now, there are so many things that we'll go for understand about what happened, but when we go steadily by the results where we get first, we'll deal with that. Now, the Eastern region, according to what NEC published for the first phase. They say the eastern region gets 269,110. Then say the southeastern region gets 295,759. Now, if you take the east and the south, one at the southeast, will be put them together, they realize the whole southeast gets 564,869 registrants. Now, the first phase of the registration. Now, when we come to north and northwest, and now they talk about the western area. There, we will listen. Western area no mix. We missing Africa and Peninsula no mix for the count. Now we go. The northern region, we get 241,827 registrants. The northwest region, we get 188,048 registrants. We mean say the north and northwest get 429,875 people will register. Now, if you put all two of them totally together, you go realize the southeast beat the northwest by 134,994 registrants. Them now they beat the northwest. Okay, and I want to understand something there. All of the areas there, like what they say southeast, people and they assume for BSLPP place as well as west and northwest, including Freetown. Now, Freetown, we not mixed by this country, I don't count to where the southeast they beat the northwest by 134,994. Now, when you put Freetown there, Freetown in one green, in votes in registered number no more in one. Now 350,432. That are Freetown. You get me? Eh? The one all southeast where then they talk about, if you look at votes, we put it all together. Freetown don't split and vote more than 50%. Freetown, you know more. When they talk say Freetown population, but more go to go no more. You get me? Eh? Now we continue. If you add Freetown now, you add Freetown to the already goal, you add on to the northwest because they look and say northwest na APC stronghold. So you put northwest and Freetown, you put all together. That means the northwest, including Freetown, get 780,307 registrants, where the one all southeast get 564,869. I want to understand that level low. We come out again, make I go to another phase again, we understand better. Now, if you take the southeast them number, for see the difference of votes between the northwest, including Freetown, and the southeast, you go find out say the difference is APC stronghold, assumed stronghold, like you already on the way there, it lead by 215,438 registrants them. That means West and Freetown, they lead the southeast by 215,438. Now this make bad abuse say don't come back, but not come back and don't need now wait. Now I'm gonna continue. I'm going to understand say the southeast, the highest registrant district at southeast, but that number we then get when at 564,869. Now Kono, and Kono is not an SLPP stronghold. Now the highest, the one old district, the highest registrant district than the Kono. And Kono, your number, it is inside this number. I'm going to understand that ID. Make foolish no involved. Make people not begin mix up. You can say me brother and go come. You know what I mean? Eh? But I'm not going to understand that level there. Then we come, we're not done there. We move one step further. Inside this first phase where they pull so where APC stronghold already they lead by 215,438. They're all down to 20% of the results of the registrants. 20%. You know, some of these things I talk say Dabawu business inside this team, but at the candy. 20% they hold them on. Whatever be the reasons, we don't know, but they hold 20%. This is what we are getting at 80%. Now, I want to understand this again. According to the statistics, where we as APC don't put together, given to the fact that we get agents, now all of the areas there, we realize the first phase result of 80%, inclusive of 95% of southeastern areas. They call 95%. Over almost 200 and almost centers them, where now APC centers them. They hold them up. They not call them inside this first phase. They were not part of this particular pronouncements. That means APC still get reserved. It means by the 20% that are shown as 80% of the 20% where they now APC get them back. I want to show now than they say now from my own areas them back, then they come out. The 20% where they can come out. And I'm not going to understand say inside them the amount what I don't call so, cannot get a very big cut inside it. So with this is why I said earlier, APC is an institution. If after Peter Conte and whosoever they be now, they before them, they cause problem, or whether they help or then they become part and parcel of that thing, they, whether willingly or unwillingly, no matter what they do, because it's an institution, the party by itself is conducting itself by itself naturally. Because people like us and people like other people in the diaspora and people like other people within our communities, they will just tire no more with angry, adopt and sokia, with intimidation and every other kind of thing. They continue to go out there and talk to the people. This is the reason why the lockdown and Kenema. This is the reason why the lockdown they say, you know what, this is we sleep now, wahala. We need people to go out. This is the reason when they begin to VVK kids, they're going to bush, then they go like bigger for go register. And imagine all of these things happen under the face of intimidation, voters suppression. All of these things happen under the face of voters suppression. What are you talking about? Yeah, anybody will get the ECSL the statements. It did clearly. Always I talk, you go judge them. You go do your calculation for yourself and understand. I not add 50 million per waiting they pronounce, they publish. You get me? This, if you ask me, my brother, how satisfied I am, I think you know the answer right now. This is not come back for you, for them.
Absolutely, William, and many thanks for that long but very crucial answer. And the reason why I not ask you these questions in short puts and etc. is because again, I mean, generally they assume say it will take a while for that get you again. But I am now convinced that I can bring you come on for answer all of these things really go on. So let's move. Let's move on, brother. So with all of these statistics where you give so because me I'm a man of statistics, and I like the way how you put I'm a man of statistics. But there is this accusation that the government of the republic they're not able to do this alone. Then therefore be able to do them in consonant. In other words, members of parliament, because laws has to be passed. So there is this accusation of collusion on a parliamentary and other levels. Then I wonder how much you buy into that, or what do you think about that, or what is your general opinion about this accusation that then law they are within the pass, that not just they pass ordinarily because they can't do that on their own. It has to be in collusion with the opposition. We happen to be the biggest, the All People's Congress. Are you there, William? Okay, I think we lost William briefly, but I sure say he'll come back on. So the point where I've been trying for make, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the thing, where we talk to our brothers and sisters then back home, we need to understand that there are restrictions. So normally why would they talk to a person where they now the diaspora and no say Wi-Fi, internet connection should not be anything of a major problem, and you no need for worry about payment, you're on the basis of seconds and minutes, because now by month now they pay, and restrictions are not really many. But of course, I talk to the brother, and at this point, we get for comment and say you don't make huge sacrifices. But ladies and gentlemen, just for reminding you again, we did talk to William of the Stay Red movement. Critical questions where they ask him. Some questions have not been specific, some have been specific, and they entertain the overview of answers. Normally, it's just short put so that we get to the bottom. But the reality is not to just forget a short put answer, but that he addressed them, and this is exactly what he is doing. But now that I'm convinced, we're able to come over and over again because we've established that not of people that we just shy away or come under pressure from others don't attend. So we know say we will come back. So not touch that dial, keep tuned, and we will continue for see whether the brother go come on it. But what we will talk about now today, and the point where I've been go to is a critical point where the brother just make that there is some disparity, there is some problem, especially with the voter registration process. Because we therefore also know say, with the voter registration process, now they come off or go into the election process. Now it make where you see the United Kingdom ambassador to Sierra Leone, a day out there, they speak Creole, she's on point. she's speaking to Sierra Leoneans them directly. Where una see me, una tell me I do. Where una see we, una tell we I do. In fact, a pluralize them. Where una see we, you get for able for read in between the language where even say. So there is this kind of connection that they try for establish between them and the people. Also, when you see the president in a recent interview or statement where he get with a member of the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Services, this now a public platform where now public taxpayer money now then they finance them. In other words, the people that really work there now public money now then they use for pay them. So therefore they represent the public. But we see a member of that platform decide for go personal and private. But it's very important. But the most important to me, or the takeaway I derive from that particular interview or conversation day, is the president says something very important. And this is serious. This is not a joke. The president is under pressure. When he speaks in local dialect, in other words, they use that for appeal to people of the same kind. This is not new. It don't go on for a while. When the president say it don't come back come, that's no joke. This is real. It's real. It is real. It don't come back come. Anyway, Fambulem, we talk to William of the Stay Red movement. And today, now the 3rd day of October, okay, 2022, me, now na uncle, Prince Emil Koma, and I'm enjoying all aspects of this. If we're able to forget the brother back, I think he's back, or thank God he's back. He's got to end this brilliant program.
What they tell you, Papa?
William, you remember who's our last we left from, or I can recap on that, so you will get that.
You were about to ask me a question, then I just go offline.
Okay, it's based on waiting you've been to say, and I hope I'm able for recap that, because you've been to address quite something important, because there are 2 or 3 folds to the conversation that I'm having with you today. Okay. First of all, establish the credence between the local, the domestic, as they call them, and the diaspora of the All People's Congress. The approach by the government on voter registration, how satisfied is the APC party as to how this process they unfold. But of course, what you say shows that there is not a satisfaction, but how your party, they try for lead this conversation. I think that the 2 parts that they will remember very well. The 3rd part, probably as I continue for have the conversation, I go remember. But what I want for you to do at this point, William, is on the other side of your party, I think that the second time I they ask this, there are questionable sides. In other words, the Sierra Leone People's Party, PAUPA, they carry out an exercise which you don't describe very well. That again, ifs and buts and there are caveats around them were not favorable. In other words, and they do them in behalf of themselves. Then they left a huge party behind, or they abuse a process of democracy. And the other side, which you belong to, not see and say it they go down well at all. But there is this accusation, William, in which it's not easy for let the SLPP or stroke PAUPA carry out this exercise on themselves alone. Because why? We have a country, we get laws, we get institutions. So other people, probably, most likely, within your own party, get for collaborate with them. This kind of accusation, they go now the media, social media, domestic media. I wonder whether you buy anything into this, whether you don't hear this, and waiting at your general take, and can you address this once and for all from your own objective view?
Well, originally, when you talk about politics in Africa, as soon as you mention the word politics, all of what they talk so they run at people in mind. People where they backbite others, people where go there that kind of prostitutional way where they come here go by under people where it just tricks and things like that. So if I tell you say I not agree to that kind of insinuation there or whatsoever accusations they I will lie to you if I tell you I don't agree with them. You get me? Eh? It happen. It even they happen inside the SLPP. How you feel to say most of the information say who they get them? And from inside them. The same thing that happen from inside to we self again. How you feel to say that they know about we? How you feel to say that they succeed past the things that they do against we? And because internal structure, there are people there who are selling out. You get me? We're not going to identify them people right now, but it definite say it happen. People and they where they sell out for one reason or the other. You know, there is this concept people and get again on social media where they say certain people and all they say the one where they accuse that they media accuse you because I can use the fingers and the point anyways, but we know they point at fingers like that. But there are people who believe say then get time for come again, so they can do anything now. APC not going to come power now, and then they work for later. You get me? Eh? They get all the accusations that they accuse people.
William, forgive me. You cite something which means that you get you yes na the gun, as we old people like can say. On that basis, the people and they think about that. But this is serious, and that tempo they increase in terms of people who are projected towards that kind of ending, when they think about the future and they undermine the party in that sense. You are very critical to the party. When you speak, people listen. Can you spend maybe 30 seconds, if now one word self you want to use, what do you think about that before you go back again to the broader issue where you want to address?
Now here they say, now the same thing, no more, my brother. The thing is, this is not new in politics. It's not new in any politics. There's a movie called House of Cards. I go ask people for follow that movie, House of Cards. You get me? It tells you about the integral way name of politics. And you're talking about American politics here. Tell you about the corruption inside. There is no politics when you get your own tricks and your own games. Now, like I said earlier, it's quite possible. Say there are people who not believe in coming now, then believe in later. So what they are doing now is selling out for protect themselves one way or the other. It happen inside politics. You get me? Politics that give and take. It happen. It's not new, no side. And before APC they kind of power 2007, there are no names I will call now. Okay, I will call one of the names himself. One of the people who I go cite now, what are this guy name against for they make road? In name Gento. Gento now waiting. Kikinobuai 1000 one polo. I remember his name. The former aspirant for the SLPP, Kekebuai, what I name self again, Papa God. You get me? Eh? So the former vice president, I name the miss so. In name the guy for Canada, but I believe we all understand that they talk now. We stand against them.
Bewa,
fine, Bewa. Solomon Bewa, hands. Solo Bewa one call and they confuse me. Yes. Solomon Bewa, yes. Solomon Bewa, now one of him Bobo and Andy, what they call Gento. Gento, after APC Dana power, there was a time where he got a new initiative. Gento na with the world best for Anes Balkoguma and all that. Gento. So these are the things. It happen. We get our own Gentos the right now inside APC. We get them. When they make fine face over under, but the intention, they get the intention. The way APC can make good use of APC now, you see where it is. We have them. They are also in APC. They are also everywhere. You get me? So in order done when it comes to politics, that will never finish. You understand? Yeah. So for me, make an lie tell you the thing is about politics. Despite this or despite that, the greater prospects and what do I say? The greater unification and agenda now counts because these people will always exist. Even if APC can power right now, APC stand, APC be the best partner in the world. There are people who are going to sell out APC but make APC go down again because of their own reasons. It happens everywhere, even in America. The Democrats, the Republicans, they get these people. So everywhere. I just want to all accept that. Yeah. But it's not good. Not miss the praise them, not miss support them. It's not a good thing. No. But that's the way it is.
No, William, not at all. And for the benefit of time, and they can begin for do a probing or jabbing, and he call them in journalism. That's what I'm going to try to do now because of time limitation. And now that I shall say, we able for. Because there is an evaluation and assessment being done that we're able to get you the next time because you seem to be quite a liberal and open guy with questions. So we are quite pleased with that. So therefore, the normal double jab and compound question what I can ask, I go reserve that and try to go straight to the point. And next time we will bring you come, we go precisely, to that particular point there. So if you will allow me, and can I just ask you if I can ask you about this, William? Okay. August 10, at the fast tracker now, but of course we've talked about most things. August 10 is a memorable historical occasion. And I know say you remember that very well. You came out with an outburst, emotionally charged. You were moved. Now you raw emotion. Now you pour out there. That tape day, including myself, I've got it. It's in my archives and it's going to be there forever and ever. That don't mean that I'm going to use it in a negative way. But again, this is what I want to understand today. When you come out with that tape day, where you come out after August 10, if I characterize it or say there was a division between the All People's Congress, in other words, people that will appreciate what happened on the day and people that will not appreciate that on the day, will that be correct?
No, that will not be correct. The charge or the audio where you get not get nothing to do with internal politics of APC or anybody with this APC. It get something to do with an intruder where from I think PPP and so on, things like that. Issue, get nothing to do with APC. And I be always make it clear. Say APC is a well-constructive political party. I want to make you and the audience tell me if it makes sense that on the 4th of September, there is going to be registration. Instead of a focus on talking to our people, conversing our people, reaching out to our people for go register, then somebody just come over under the talk say for go protest. And during this protest, the person makes statements that say, we are going to take State House, we are going to drive away the president and things like that, in your words, where technically, well, SRBB they call them coup. It's not a coup. But technically, it get elements of such things within the person we call this protest in statement. Before this thing, I said to my own people, my members, the people I talk to, I said this protest will not be part because it's a bait. People are going to die. I said it clearly. People are going to die. Don't. Unfortunately for me, somebody was very close to me, extremely close to me, where it totally died against the protest again. He audio self we talk against the protest. He said no go for go register. We not go put Madabio in any way pass through the ballot box. He said it. That person happened to fall a victim. You get me? That person happened to be victim. But make I say this: APC was targeting the registration. There were formidable organs, them small units, them sets, and organizing was going on as to how would they make sure say this happen. Now. They call this protest. This protest is a total distraction and disrupt to all plans. It make the chairman, lady, and most of the places they're all going to hide in. Everybody afraid. Everybody panic. Now, quite recently, people are making get the zeal again. So for me, it don't make no sense because somebody who just wants the woman that don't call protest, the woman that don't make name, somebody fit to say inside for make name, they call protest. There are other, there are two types of politicians. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you 100% say. Maybe SIPP or APC politicians they not favor the thing, maybe they favor them or whatever. No, that position are not for go inside people a mindset. The position are for represent my view on things. You get me? Eh? The protest at the end of the day, the way the government take them, the way SIPP handle them, it puts SIPP down more than how they be did. You get me? Eh? It put them down more than how they be did. But how make you look things. I can look into what expense, to what extent, again, you get me, that we achieve this. What are the sacrifices or what do we undergo for make this happen? APC, as I always say, before the protest, that's why somebody say, me not be the support. I know they support that kind of protest. I know they support time. In fact, also something that they persuade me and where I think to say it makes sense for support safe. You get me? But it don't happen. And technically, we go make the good part of them. The people that don't be murdered and all that, we go make sure say they get the justice we they deserve. We go make sure say we talk against the government. We go make sure say we quiz the government for know the truth about why they brutally torture citizens of this country and take to their own body them.
Yeah, but William, the points that I they try for make in this particular segment of this all important interview
Has to do with
is
the audio.
is there is a division at some point inside the same movement, and the movement are referred to as the All People's Congress. You are no man of a small stature. When you speak heavy, and you get many followers from the mainstream social media platform speakers of the front line of the All People's Congress, if not the largest political party, but the one way pose, serious opposition to the ruling class. But here is waiting happen at that time. And when you come out with this outburst of emotion because you lost a great brother, a great friend, and you not hesitate for classify and say he was misled. So is
Yes.
there a two APC to this? This not me. That's what I'm trying to establish. There are people
Okay,
who
no,
say yes,
no.
and there are people
Make I say this, yeah. Make
yeah,
I say this. We
yeah,
all get where we dey listen and how we dey understand certain things.
absolutely.
So most of the people wey come out, they come out openly because they take the protest as a way for expressing dissatisfaction with relation to how the country dey right now, the status quo. You get me? As a way for express themselves. That's why genuinely they don't listen deep into what was said behind the protest. You understand? So APC, that's why you see the protest and tell you say now the stronghold of the APC and then the protest take place. Why? Because these are the people who are vulnerable. These are the people who are intimidated. These are the people who are the victims. It not mean say people in the southeast no be there in solidarity with them. No, but these are the people. And not mean say because of that APC and DD. No, but there are people where they inside APC, NGC, C4C, people, all kind party where been think to say it makes sense for people to come out and express themselves. Me, self not ever stop that fact they say people are not get right. People get right for express themselves and get right to protest.
William. This is where I get for probably intermittently interject
Carry on.
because what you say, you're absolutely right. Like I said from the beginning of this exercise, you are a very clever guy, and all through this conversation, you continue for show that.
And I
But
want push me
going
now
back,
one go. Go ahead.
say that, say that again.
I say one punch me go na one corner one go. Go ahead.
No,
I dey get you.
well, no, not exactly, brother, because I sympathize with you, I deal with you, and myself. Now, a kind of mindset I want for understand. And I'm not really trying to box you into a corner. I
Okay.
wouldn't do that. And maybe you go
Okay.
speak to some operative of yours that I said it, suffice me
Okay.
for say this, now this open interview, that I go ask the questions them openly. And if William is not willing to go there, traditionally this is what I am, but I'm not going to force him into that. And this is
Now I'm
exactly
ready. I will answer.
yes, sir. And this is exactly Usa Ade. So the point that they try for make, William, is your emotions after August 10 was raw, was unfettered, was unadulterated. You make it clear, you make it known how upset you were. You lost a comrade, a brother, and a friend. So those of us on the outside, when they watch from the fences, the interpretation then is like it seems like there are two sides to this. One side where accede to that, even the border where you lost, where you express the emotion and therefore. Now last minute of time, now you accede to that by virtue of the audio way it pull. We get an we archive for the benefit and honor of the border, where we hope for pay homage to one of these days. With you being a guest, that's the plan, according to what you will decide on the inside. We decide not for play. We go wait, here for that time when his body shall be released, his family recognized, and whatever. But you be there against that. It shows there were two sides to this. Somehow, somebody convinced the brother at the last minute. The only way you make, you spoke against that, William. Let's not mince reward around this. That's what exactly happened. Okay, we don't lost William again, but I sure say he will come on for answer this. And when he come, we will try for end this program because it's getting too long. And like I say, we get for consider the fact say the brother they now a disadvantage side in which it cost them. I will talk to him later, and maybe we will reverse some of this cost, some of the cost, we will try for make provision for. But ladies and gentlemen, this now the TNN TV Media Empire. Today, the 3rd of October, 2022, me where they talk to one another, my name Prince Emil Koma, we they talk to a very important and critical figure, a man will not make history, and whichever way you want for look him, that's exactly how it's going to go. And that's William of the Stay Red movement. Do not touch that dial. Okay, family, we are back again on the live broadcast, and can I just reiterate the first part of the segment of this program? We pay homage to a brother and a friend. We don't pass away to the great beyond, and Henry Gasama. And this brother attended the Albert Academy, Esekwam Videri, rather to be than to seem. A school where eventually myself attend, but they were our seniors. Now them precede we before we did go there. So he and my big brother, my oldest brother, Emerson Koma Jr., they were classmates. The man we lost in life now, we don't pass to the great beyond. Now academician, he play football, he play table tennis. I remember then days, then they were with the Cathedral Boys School, with the Common Cathedral, now House Street or Garizin Street. Can't remember that. Don't fault me or call me a foreigner because of that. I've had so much of that already. But we go up now academy, 1974, 1975, 1976. When me brother them in the academy, I go publish one boarding home picture of that class of 1976 or 1975. Maybe you will see your relative there and understand them. But anyway, that's what happened. But this brother don't pass away. History was to transform itself from Usai. We begin from Berry Street, Tayama, Rotifung, Freetown, Albert Academy to Monrovia, Liberia in the early 1980s. And then the war came in Liberia 1989. And then me daddy when I be professor at the University of Liberia. Of course, man don't, at that age they don't become a truancy, adolescent period. Move away, go look for woman, girlfriend business, and what have you. And then when rebel come and move we back, go beyond them, we did it for about a year. Now enemy lines, now so then call them. That's where we were. They try for fight for survival, where now they most people enjoying. Don't hear people deliberately, some ignorantly, fools, ignorance, call me rebel, just still a rebel. Never join rebel. And remember, see, I say I'm a public domain. Liberians are watching me now as I speak. Never was. Protect my life all along. But now the people in any way they enjoy when you join rebel, because if you want woman, the best woman, of course they make provision for your family, not only woman for your family, forget fish, plus sass, and what have you, feed your family. You can become a rebel during that period. Never joined, never did, never had that kind of heart. I survived. And then 1 year after we come to the capital, go straight to me home, my family home. And then my dad was no longer around. My brothers and sisters was no longer around. Everybody scatter. We home, we host. Also we did where I live for many years. Papers then scatter. School papers, photos of the family, other paraphernalia them way belong to the family, were all on the outside. Lost everything. And that's how it happened. And as I commodity, this brother now come meet the late Henry Gasama Jr. I cry na in shoulder like Pekin. But of course, he was a senior brother. Cry. What's he cry? Snort. There are 2 or 3 times I can remember when this happened. That was one of them. However, when they talk to William of the Stay Red movement, he didn't have the platform tonight. And let me just continue with my brother quickly. William, I want to say thank you, to your resilience and the challenges that we face. But because you get a message, you continue for come on, brother, and we appreciate this. I will try to close the program shortly. And forgive me because I make them longer and my questions them are compounded and longer as usual. But the next time when you come, they are going to be precise, concise, shorter, and we will get a shorter program. But for now, you've been a flow before you lost. I don't know whether you remember where you were. If you don't, I can move on forward.
No, I cool. I want to answer that. I don't understand say you come off from with
I
that.
know, yeah, I definitely get for you the opportunity, so I not just hijack that away from you because I understand how important this is to you. Continue, please. William, you are on. Okay, I think we don't lost the audio of the brother again, but that's not a problem. He will come on again. William, if you can come off and come on because we need to hear you, and I believe say you talk and your audio is not muted. And when you come back, we go try for wrap up the program because I definitely feel say we don't stretch you to the limit, but for a good cause. So, ladies and gentlemen, William is having a problem with his audio. And we go left that at that. William, if you hear me, we need to hear you. So you get for sign out and sign in again. And hopefully we will get you audio. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the then and now, the TNN Media Empire, and we talk to William. I keep the caller Henry. In other words, they kind of mix them up with the guy who passed away. We're very personal to me. I feel very bereaved. I know in family, I know in children. Beautiful children they are. Maybe one of these days I will bring one of them come on for continue the eulogy of this great man who has passed away to the great beyond. But for now, we talk to William of the Stay Red movement. Family, what you want to need for know is the voter registration. William don't address that as to how your party, you cannot see that. Of course, it come up from a party perspective, but there are other things where it address as well. And we really need for keenly listen to that. And like I say, I dey wait for him. Hopefully, if he come on again, we will give him the last wrap for let a wrap up this great interview. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the TNN TV Media Empire. I am Prince Emil Koma. Do not touch your dial as we take a quick break.
Yeah, I was into Babodai school. The net, I don't get you.
You get me now, no, so?
The network, I don't use the better network. I don't use the better network.
Okay, if you know they hear me, the world they hear you because you're alive. Me back up the picture. For Musa, you've been there. Let us try for wrap up this program.
Make I just about this audio. Waiting give me the why what are the reasons that we make I do that kind of audio like you describe it, it's raw, it's emotional, it can be, that's anyway. But first of all, this issue has to do with an incident will happen. This incident has to do with lots of brothers then, and also stuff social media people them where they in hiding and other things, the challenging things that will happen. So was a satisfaction with relation to how stakeholders within the party they handle the situation, more especially with regard to something and all that and everything came. So all of these issues were there. Then this one was done in a forum where for women and don't know that the who make palaver and all things. But if somebody took it and share it elsewhere, and only thing I can realize is audio they attack me for this particular audio. And I even know say they don't reach that far. So somebody called me saying that I wasn't angry, I was okay, I move on. Only for the next day again, this very person begin unleashing on the cost them and say certain things there. You know, I know vent for the money cost because I never attack me 7 times, if I can remember. 7 times, one cost me 6 times, one because and all that. So me not take that action. But one of the issue now make I become very angry. And because of this guy wickedly they stage me life now a center stage because of see me assassinate me for my goal. But he aim to kill me. Why? Somebody will say, I'm take and go why? If somebody they mind the situation and we are all in hiding, then somebody will do they talk to William and Waterloo today. What do Waterloo at the first of all? But assume it's that necessary? That's one. Secondly, the person only talks about Waterloo William did. The person talks to William just shops them. Meaning, he said go to registry, go for all shops where William and get invited to CID. The one way up and William that day. I can't do against and all killing himself. And I'm not talking about that I'm used to. You get me? These are the things I saw. And it got a stop there. It got another extent. William, the guy who cars, Porsche cars that they use, get money, he used to get all kind of nonsense. He's identifying this. That's what people are looking like, because people look to see us like people on social media, these are, you know, people who just idle like that. Now he's telling this guy is not idle. This guy is well positioned. You get there? That is the person. These are the characters you should look out for. The guy was identifying me to the SLP. You get me? If the people understand, say, me, I'm going to be afraid. So I can't now. You well, I'm very, very smart. They were saying, William.
Okay.
Make a people are saying, William, you made a mistake. You say, I will be the give information. You know, you see, the funny thing where I can't justify that is like I'm in prison. There's somebody that's got me say, William, the color. Imagine that. The matter when they talk about when they hunt man, none of all the last people that they put the secrets and those something said nothing like that when he was killed. So I should nothing, important to me, but like it can't be an issue for me. So if I start again, I talk and say, yes, this guy, I was one of the people who form a phone, where just and the cost of phone, they send a police who begin to sympathize and special they try social media. That information because we did in the make the publish and broadcast. But in 2019, we realized the agenda is different. The roadmap is different. So we don't have again discussion and confusion and that they trend because they do it a new way. We don't do that. We don't have to particular for progress. That's what we stand for. You get me? So we realize the agenda is different. But the fact that they don't get so close now for this, okay, I know this guy, they don't use something for that. I know that it means for that. But what position, I know what they do, I know that they see. And everything that was well taught. I plan and way for me. The only mistake was the last word, and I hold on because I'm not agree. But apart from that, everything I said, I meant it. And
Okay, Will. I get 2 final questions for you. And the first one will be, you've lost, according to your own description, you've lost a friend and a brother, and now they talk about Evangelist Samson. This thing touched you so much that your emotions been raw at a point where videos and conversations and where you release, conversations that you had with a friend, you express yourself into waiting happen on the day or how you see waiting happen on the day.
Yeah.
If you were given an opportunity for let you express yourself as to how, let's say you want to do a eulogy to Evangelist Samson, somebody who have been close, not only as a brother and a friend, but to the movement who not only champion who is gone now, and you are left minus this person. How you go characterize them, waiting you go say, waiting you miss, how you miss, waiting you miss.
Well, the relationship between me and Samson is very, very, very strong. It's strong in a way where I almost like every week or 2 weeks we must chat. Because people when they connect to me or connect something to me or say, hey, William, I get support to say so. You understand that we are communicating connection with several things the way I'm not sure saying all for saying it was like that. So we were close. The same day Samson was killed, He called me that same day at around 10:24 or 10:25 a.m. in the morning. He called me. We talked, and after that, we asked myself if we were okay and all of these things. Only for a few hours later, I shoot up. It was basically painful now. I say not on the 14th, down the 15th, down the 8 a.m. in the morning of the 15th, we all be the videos say down the 14th because he suffered for 17 hours. He was bleeding. He never ever died. According to the autopsy done on him, he was shot on the leg, he bleeded to death. Very painful for me. So all of these things. Now I lost two people. I lost Risike when the right hand man. Everything about me, Risike in death caused losses to me financial loss. Everything about me was organized by him. I lost Samson, who was a friend. Somebody who was serious friend on the shoulder. When things are bad, you know. But we get difference between me. Samson was a good guy. Let me say this. Samson was a good guy. Samson was a people's person, not than me. Samson is an open person. Samson is very friendly. Samson is very friendly, more than me. Samson, he opened up. Like me, most people like this hotel is not social media. But Samson will tell you, I've met with him, one or two, and all that. Because in they socialize more. Me, I'm isolated. I mean, I want to be I'm begin. I was all days. I used to that. You get me? Eh? So that's the difference between us. And I believe that because of his socialization and their life. Because on that day, Samson told me where he was, and he was more than where I was on that day. I'm telling you. Okay. But because of a friend, or because of friends where they go visit, where they go see, when a friend call him, I don't know the details of those. But because of a friend, he exposed him to danger. But I make them known, and in that you want Khadija and America, I make them known this really lead to Samson in death. On the audio Samson on the 10th, where he called on support for people to come out and protest. The statement then said that when SLP look and say that all the protest, and they hate the man first. They hate me first. Before I say now Samson make this statement, so they were targeted him. Get me?
Yeah. Will. My point here is, of course, I try for, and you are doing quite a great job in trying for project this late man, Evangelist Samson. But the point where I've been trying for make, especially so at the earlier part of the program, is there is this division in which there was one side where endorsed the protest, there was another side of the same side where say no. And you were on the side which said no, and you feel like, from which I understand, something was deceived into, making audio, video for endorse the protest. Is that not true?
Yeah. I said it earlier, I've answered this question, but let me say it again. There are people who endorse the protest based on the fact that it was a platform for citizens of this country to express the dissatisfaction to the conduct of the government. You get me? That's why people were supportive of the protest. Me being listen to the person who call the protest is a statement. Now let's make they are against the protest because I know it was a bit as far as concerned. You get me? But something is supposed to statement on that day, not to support the agenda of the particular individual, but to support the fact that the right to express themselves. I always say that if they condemn the protest, but they talk say we still get our citizens to express ourselves, for come out, for showcase the fact that we don't like it they happen. And that's not the same plan where Samson take. Maybe he went too far, a little bit far, one step, for all of the support of people for come out, which I did not. You get me?
Which show, William, which shows the division that you did not, and he went along.
I agree with you for party level. I agree with you for the fact that people take up upon themselves local level. But the APC as a political party condemn whole thing. So I don't take up party level. I don't agree go.
And William, before I ask my final question on the same basis where you depend, the fact belies say Evangelist Samson, and including you, una an official organ of the party where they see the direction in which the party is supposed to go, which means that there is a tailored or an editorial where una they kind of follow. So if una deviate from
Can
that,
I ask
it's
a
either
question?
sorry, say
Can
that
I ask
again.
you a question? Can I ask
Sure,
you a question?
feel free, please. Yeah, feel free.
I agree with you 100%. I'm an email the party in terms of what I will say and several other things. Now, something did that, and then you see and say, well, he's part of the party, so you see, I just want to ask this question. This question is now, if William grab Emo Gibele, ABC Gibele or William Gibele?
You know, now quite critical question that you ask so, and the way I go answer them, because I already suppose the way how you ask the question, which you suppose the answer for be. It depends the context. Me na person will like for look at things contextually. So now waiting William be associate self with, waiting at the question in place for let him even make the accusation say, even though now William now carry the act, the physical act, waiting it be the represent. So it does depend. So for that answer the question directly, knowing what you mean for say, no, William na go give Bele, it's different as opposed to waiting at the context of the question. And the context of this question, I will tell you, say, William na APC
I want to
picking,
say,
and I go
I
give
want
Bele, so
to
APC responsible for go answer that Bele. It's like when you parents, you go give Bele, now you parents, and they go answer that. Do you understand? A
I
good
want to
one.
say is the fact that even though we are in one party, but we get right to opinions there individually, independently. You get me?
Absolutely.
Something
Yeah.
we decide, well, by virtue of the content of the talk right now, I tell you now, something not support by and large of everything that was said with relation to that protest. Only look at the platform, say citizens get the right way the SLP be the type of camp of office. Now they fight for say the people get the right when they come out and express themselves. That platform they something take. And not feel to say because something in a way like how people they say involved in that kind of statement, they mean say something be in line with the whole thing from the whole account with them. No. It's something again the right as an independent somebody for agreeing to something. They get right. Independence. That's why in the audio sometimes you make the last audio is shared at public. You don't say APC, you know, appreciate APC to one. Yes,
Okay,
so independently, I look at it on Ion Accord, independently the action, and not for blame APC or put APC to it.
Okay, Will. In my own position as asking the question, I'm not blaming him, but I'm here to scrutinize, to do hair splitting analysis and being critical of issues. I look at the audio where you pull, and I consider that audio the intention where you been get then, or the basis on which you pull them, is completely different now. Now that issue has passed to the great beyond. The great guy it don't pass. You be upset, emotionally charged at the time. The
Exactly.
feeling where you get now and the conversation where you don't get with different stakeholders is completely different. So therefore, you approach to this issue factually. It's different, completely different. I can tell you this for free without even having a private consultation with you others. That's just Will. That's just a fact. Secondly,
Okay.
it's like it's like you now, and let's say this, and I stand to be corrected. I come to the last question because the audio level is becoming poorer. You're a senior guy. You represent something very senior, a massive institution. I don't care how people want to look at you. You represent a massive institution. What you say, how you say, what you say, it is material. So therefore, then go get for hold you responsible for what you say, how you say, and when you say them. In this case, Will, in terms of the All People's Congress fighting to come back into power, if you were to say something where identifiably no correlate with the bigger picture, especially with what they go on so, and what I detect from this conversation, you don't move back away. In other words, you don't grow up, you don't mature. I'm not saying that you were not grown up before. I just talk about the general. Yeah, thank you. That's why, brother, I love you. Okay. I'm going to take this call because I
Thank you.
suppose that this person want to talk to you even though at this last minute. And spare me 1 minute. Let ask him whether it's true. Hello, caller. You want to contribute to the conversation? Hello?
Hello, Mr. P.
Yes, you want to contribute to the conversation?
Okay, sorry.
Okay, no, you don't. I will call you after the program because it don't take, it don't pass 3 months, 4 months, we'll not talk. I will call you. Bye. Okay, so that's what I was trying to say. Every day we all live mature up on the conversation we will have. And waiting I do know and also I take, good feeling from is I know say I go get Will the next time, and the way how we carry this one about, it's not going to be the same. We're going to be precise, concise, and short in the next conversation because I've been trying to use this. I don't know whether I go ever able forget you back because it don't happen before. So please forgive me. But the point here is, again, let's just cut the chase. Make I end this program. 2023. What are your expectations? Not all your expectations, self, but on the basis of how you don't talk, evidentially speaking, brother, waiting you think say will be the outcome as per we question on this program. Will your party return to power in 2023?
I am extremely certain. Say PPC, they return back to power come 2023. Reasons being, the people of this country don't get frustrated with the level of economic failure, mass unemployment at massive scale, the terrorism perpetrated by the government, I mean the harassment, brutality, killing, and kidnappings that happen because you just then I also police campaign and put some illegal killings, and also being the man itself fully deprived of burial. You get me? These are factors where I think to say people don't tire, they don't pay sweet. Sierra Leone if you joke about anything, don't joke with them. Basic food, make it a water thing, not joke with them. As we say, because it's extremely expensive, salon extremely expensive. Everything they skyrocketed. But the culture we get now, instead of the time for pushing all of this situation, we found out the but we found out the government not even the 2 things there. One of the things they always got to use for campaign against APC are the austerity measure we take. Austerity measure, now when the government decide to cut down on expenditures where they take away money or funds from the government cover, where government use that money for better things, for improve life and sustain people. You get me? So they use this against the APC. But we should have asked for state measure long ago. But instead of that, the government craftily they come with a sheet for cost expenditure. Now they take it to capital expenditure. That they tell you. But the traveling of the present government, of the present president, is still not going back to 2025. The salary rates.
William, the sound quality is really, really poor, and we get some complain about this. But we get one last caller, one for let you listen to what Inge for say, ask personally whether I can call. I say yes, William will feel for take your call. In fact, it seemed like a guy we called earlier on. Maybe he gets another. I just see that. But please listen to this and we'll go end the program because the quality of the sound they get poorer.
Wow.
Hello,
Okay.
caller.
Yes, sir.
You called earlier on, isn't it?
Hello?
Yes, you've been called earlier on, sir. Did you?
Yes, I've been called earlier, but I mean.
Oh yeah, now you've been getting picking up, they make noise in the background, so you're not be able for complete you call. Yes. And even William in the things say, well, waiting now you be your point. So I guess you're more prepared now. The floor is all yours. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. So I've been trying to contact because sometimes in the way channel they make their accusation there, some people like think say, that go parliament don't do what they're supposed to do with the regulation there. But when we talk about this voter registration, well, I follow with keen interest. So which I do, we are doing all until there because they say they don't care good this in a parliament, not take, hold water, this name issue. So now when I come to get the register, they count the name, the big. So you see now, Sierra Leone get a problem of birth certificate. Even with me that I go to college, now I go for birth certificate, they overcharge me. I don't get birth certificate. One day,
did you say academy, sir?
No, the child go to college. No, sir.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, continue.
The child go to college. Now they ask me for birth certificate. I don't get birth certificate. If the government get intention for give birth certificate them, now a process. You know, we come for register people, all of a sudden it becomes a requirement. The law say they don't need them. If it is fine, but they can still register somebody.
So, okay, so waiting on your observation and the question, yes. Because so we don't run out of time.
I talk to Abu Kago. He look at say he ignore me. I mean,
you mean the secretary for the 21-man committee, the MP? Yes. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Because he ignore the thing because I make I begin take credence to waiting terrorists say they then parliamentarian they're not for be trusted. Why they ignore something so important? Now make when this guy can the program, one knows in the APC person, now make I say that call that to this point, they go with him. For complaining of in any way they help now. The only way we will get help, now we will not take this thing for let the courts go interpret the law. We did for on paper say we want to register a person now this and this for do. Not to somebody where the electoral commissioner or people and they go determine the rule. The law where they na paper and any for people na court. I just want to let this man go with to party secretariat. Say this thing, if you continue like this, the best thing they do now for go now court for let them go interpret this law.
Okay, many thanks for that, sir. Let me take another foreign call, please. Many thanks. Hello, caller. Who's that you call? Okay, hang on. Who people are not advise say the quality of the sound is very poor, and I agree with them because of the area I'm from now. Let's just take this call. I believe say this is not Germany or New York. I'm not sure. Let me just stop right there. Let's see. William, bear with me. This could be the last one, and we need to close the program because the sound is poor. Hello, caller. You've been a try for call with the network earlier on, correct?
Yes, please. Sorry.
Okay,
no. Make this call.
No worries. You want just a quick one, sir. Sorry, I interject quickly because we don't get time. You try for contribute to the live program, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so if you can state your name and also the call from quickly, William, the guest, and myself. I don't know which direction you go, but we are all ears. Please.
Okay, all right. And sorry for my voice because I get cold right now. But
that's all right.
For security reason, I go use the name Panda. Okay.
Okay.
And I call from South Korea.
Wow.
Now,
is that also for security reason? The voice because he poor, so Panda anonymous. But what about the security as well?
Yeah.
Okay, carry on, sir. Carry on. I love this. Thank you.
But anyway, what are the try for say? I don't listen to William. William is a nice guy. Seems like a very intelligent person. He can articulate very well, But I just want to give you advice to William. I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to take it. You understand?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's a saying that says a house that is divided in itself is already defeated. Okay?
Yeah.
So I want to advise William here. I listened a lot. He made a lot of sense. But one advice I want to give him. Certain thing the way they talk, we all know say the bio they talk. Okay.
Certain thing the way they talk, you don't know say waiting.
Now Adebayo be the refer to.
Oh, okay.
About the boat.
Okay.
In the day.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
One thing I want to let you know, you see, with Sierra Leone was a cultured, environment. We all come up with a phrase for use certain words them. Mami, because it's something that we clown on. It is prohibited. Okay? But the enemy here is one. So another certain thing then William they take a personal from Adebayo because it's like they get distracted. And this enemy where we get, so they are here determined to stay and to destroy our country. So when we begin to fit, begin to turn on our weapons then on each other instead of turn it in the front, then it weaken the strength. You understand? It weaken the strength because we always say Adebayo is a citizen. He always talk and say he not go school. You understand? But he's a citizen of Sierra Leone and he has the right to fight if he sees things are not going well. And the way he can fight, he use what is available to him. That is his capacity. And believe me, that Mamikos we will not let for Yeri Mamikos. We may have Yeri Mamikos means the ring. But it seems these guys, this is the only thing like they will listen to. This is the only thing that have caught their attention. We don't let go of the bio the cause.
So before you end the say, sir, I know say you know end it, and I beg you, here for ask the question in terms of what you they say. The currency of Mamikos, you think say is have effect in terms of policy? I'm not saying they affect people them individually, but policy. 4 years, 5 years on, correct? Yes, sir.
Adebayo is not. First of all, Adebayo never proposed for discuss policies with these guys. Adebayo is not a policy maker. Adebayo is just calling a shot. What is wrong is wrong. These guys have come, they sat on people, they make all these flamboyant promises, and they are going completely the opposite direction, killing people, abusing. It's a blatant insult.
Correct.
You understand?
Yeah.
So if Adebayo insulting them, that could attract their attention, and they begin to listen to Adebayo and this. But the way this situation is right now in Sierra Leone, we need something that I don't care what somebody may think about Adebayo, what you may say. If this guy then come in power, this whole fight will succeed. You cannot downplay Adebayo in a whole.
Not at all, sir. Yeah. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
That's what we have to be clear. Mamikos is wrongly supporting Mamikos. But it has now Mamikos has been weaponized because these guys they have weaponized lies and violence and against the people before them and this. So and certain things that I know say William no go agree with Adebayo on everything. But let the enemy be one. So the focus be one. Rather than on the turn on guns on each other, we they lessen the strength instead of the blows that's supposed to go on the
William, hold on 1 minute, let the border land. Yeah, the audio level from his side is poor, but the border is making quite a critical point where I go one for let you address, and probably this is where we're going to end the program. But just continue again. You got 30 seconds, 1 minute, please.
All right, okay. So I mean that no more media advice. I want to advise William. See Adebayo as one rough soldier who not in a rough front, we can just shoot anywhere. But anyway, his intention is to fight the enemy. Adebayo is not probably lettered like you. He may not be able to articulate like you. Adebayo is not. Nobody can propose Adebayo to sit at the table to discuss policies. Adebayo is not a policy maker. Adebayo is standing up. We all know. We all keep me when they talk to you. So mean as Southeasterner, and among Southeasterners, we certain sectors we realize if this thing is not stopped, the divide that it will bring, although people they feel say we will not go to Rwanda or those kind of thing. The way people have been hurt, if power change and if people are not controlled, who could replicate Rwanda?
Yes.
So anything to prevent the repeat of Rwanda and Sierra Leone, I think is better
for consider. Yeah. So
and but my last point and Prince, let me tell you.
Yes, sir.
Adebayo should not be blamed for calling a protest. If it is a citizen's right to protest, the blame here should be put on the government. It is enshrined in our constitution to protest. It is a citizen's right. They don't get no right to kill anybody. So Evangelist Samson and all other people that died during that protest has nothing to do with Adebayo but the government itself. Let's let that blame solely put off the government. Please.
Okay.
That is so clear.
Just before you go, me pose it quickly, and I just need to make one or two things, clear quickly. So first of all, I'm an advocate of protest because where there is a necessity, especially in the case of Sierra Leone, cost of living, I don't preach that, but all me video and audio they talk. It is constitutionally guaranteed that the people then get a right for express that down there. For that, they put we name now a list. Whether the list is genuine or not is not really important. But I have said this, brother. So that's quite important. In terms of demonstrations and protests and etc., it is the right of the people for protest. Whether we want whether one come to August 10, it's up to the people for decide now whether they call for them. I have a different view though because of the sophistication of August 10. That goes way beyond, and we can do a comparative analysis and see some other people have been on the call for this protest, earlier on 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, it never materialized. You know me say no materialize in the 4th year, but we can then look into academically and see whether this is what happened. But there was a necessity, cost of living crisis. So people are exploiting that kind of situation there. So I do support protest. I'm an advocate of protest. You cannot take that away from us because these are the only elements now we the poor people then get. The rich people then get access to lawyer, then get access to money, then they get far-reaching consequences. But like you say again, you don't make your case. And I believe say William don't listen, and we go tailor Ram to Ram. And just before I hand over to Ram, I know one day William they criticize, and in fact the audio where William put out where they criticize has stand to be corrected. Now only after things go really bad after 4 years, where he begin for say, well now we been to give you information. I wonder why the brother say this, why he been prompted or tempted for say this. Now we been to give you information, and now you do this and you do that. But 4 years on now we been to give you information. I wonder why it become different. But like you say, brother.
You see, Prince, I've been a regular listener to William. I love the way he articulates.
Yeah, he's a brilliant guy. Of course, and he's not perfect, but brilliant. Yeah.
And Adebayo as well, and Evangelist something, and all of them. Anybody that will go against this kind of uncivilized and barbaric government we get, you understand? I'm a regular listener of them. Adebayo, we all know who Adebayo is. Adebayo, what I love about him is not the money cost. Okay? Adebayo is a man who boldly stood up and stand against this person, whether anybody, his determination, whether anybody be Tinabiana or not. So that courage and that bravery, we have to credit him for that. Yes, he may, alongside Adebayo, is a crooked fighter. As he go along the fight, he step on toes and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
But let's not lose sight of the enemy.
Yeah.
We have to. So, William, please, as you are one of the people in social media that we get like really critical and sound analysis as to what's going on the ground. Don't make Adebayo your enemy. Is not. You guys may disagree on many things, but the enemy here is one. Please, let's focus on that.
So, okay. Let me, brother, with all due respect, let me pose that to William. And just before I pose that to William, and this is where kind of controversial, because I don't think say he is, because if you supported somebody for 4 years, and according to you yourself, you say at some point you hold a disagreement. What is wrong with that? That's what happened. He supported him for 4 years, and somewhere along the line, something happened where he not agree with any exemplify that. But the best is for Lewi Yeri from the man himself. Do I make myself clear, sir?
Yeah. Clear. Well, by the way, please.
William, hold on because you audio poor, and thank you for your patience. Let the brother just done. One final moment, let it just done, and then I throw him over to you. Mr. Sebi, just the time for put myself
I really
in between.
don't. I mean, this is my first time calling on your show. I want to credit you and applaud all you guys on social media for what you're doing. And you are one person. But this show, the Then and Now, is one show that if you guys fascinate me a lot, because every time I listen, it's defining. And regarding the issues on going in our country. So thank you very much. God bless you. And we will.
Okay. But I'll say this before you disappear. We're gonna try for untwine your level of security, because we want to know. Of course, I'm just pulling. I just pull your leg on a more serious note. But I appreciate what you say, and thank you so much for listening. And we do appreciate you. And certainly, we will continue for listening to you, and feel free for call the platform at any moment. We will continue for listening to you. But let me throw this to William. We don't listen. And from William, the audio from William is really bad. But let me see whether we were able to understand something from what they say before bringing the program to a close. William, you heard what all the guests say.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir, no problem. You want to respond?
Yes, but I'm worried now. We see the line up clear better.
William, hang on. Is it possible for let you come out and come in again last 5 minutes? If you get for spend whatever, you can reverse that charge the back to it, because this is important. Your credibility, your evidence.
Maybe I put it on again, right?
Say that again.
I put the phone off and on again. You mean?
No. With the Yeri you, but the issue is so critical that will be one clarity, just like how we begin the program with the you clearly, because you seem for don't switch. But never mind, we come to the end of the program, so just continue. Anyway, continue.
Okay. I raise my voice now high because I really want to see. First of all, Mr. Please, you can be my witness. If you listen to the audio, even though I come at that time, once I said the enemy of my enemy is friend. I used that statement in that audio, meaning even though yes, I can't attack my friend to me because he's an enemy of my enemy. I said that. There was somebody I was talking with. I tell you to say, Adebayo is necessary evil. That's the word I'm using. After that incident, so I tell the person, I think it's necessary. Despite how you look at Adebayo, is necessary. He's not a Christian, I don't accept that. But trust me, he's necessary. He work experience enough. Adebayo, in fact, he helped we more than Atonia. How? Because it got attention from we. You get there, it got the attention, make the government the focus out there and the focus internally here. So they make we operate, move freely and everything. Everything is going towards him. You get the attention is there. So it got a very good thing. The program, however, in life, I did that at that time because of the situation that happened that moment. But now I condemn in what they do. They condemn in action towards me as an individual. The statement of the issue with Adebayo, now individual issues, it has nothing to do with positions in politics. I appreciate them. I will continue to appreciate them. I don't know if he does something about me, but they appreciate them. You get me? So, and the reason Adebayo in them coming here now based on the question we can. But let me, I don't mean I even think that's how they come. If I was focusing on the party position and all of these things. But in an interview, anything can happen, which I always prepare and ready for. You can so I'm not ever condemn, maybe people can say, not the condemn, he's not my enemy, he's a friend of me because he's an enemy to my enemy, so he's my friend. So another time, another criticize, another check me down. Also, all things they do at the approval because me they look at my own political lens, English your lens where they look at form, get your own work and your role they play in necessary way. It depends on the effects, and the effect is positive. That's it. So I think just I'm not here for him. I'm not against him ever in my life. You get me? But when it happened on that time, and I explained and I asked her, because it's so personal that I feel provoked. That's why. And I was so emotional that Wednesday because I lost 2 key people. Very key. No, no, understand. I just not going to ask how I felt about it. But anyways, that was the situation. And that make a name sound. But after that, no. Now, when I come to the question they asked me before I close, you asked me if I had assurance ability, the party they can power. First of all, I look back, we see about some results on YouTube. I have to look in, but I look back closely. But I think it is
William,
now,
if I can intervene on only one reason, and I'm going to take note, because the next time we will bring you come on, and yourself need for take note, we will give you an opportunity for like you address this. The reason why I stop you is because your audio has become so bad, and the issue that you are trying to address with all of what you are throwing into it, it get problem. That the audience need pick. So it better, yes, the audio level is really bad, brother, that we get for bring this program to an end. In other words, the clarification we be the try for make. If it be self when are the host, I'm not getting you, much more the audience. So let me take note on this. The next time when you come on, you're definitely going to address this, which from which I pick up is there's nothing really personal. And at that time, in the try for say to the brother, say 4 years plus on, according to your audio, this I'm not making this up. Now be they supply information. But it came to a point where you feel so offended by what happened that you've been here for say what you say. But even as at now, as we speak, we've moved on. Now they say, so hold your peace, hold your breath. The next time we'll bring you on, we're not going to be long, probably next week or the week after next. Definitely we want to make you a regular prospect on this platform for clarification. Because A, you are a good speaker. B, you seem to be a very truthful speaker. We just want for address issues, and this is what we they look for. So the man we make the we ask the question earlier on, I sure say go understand say. And if you look at the comments then at the chat room, you will see the audio is really, really poor. And sometimes this can put people off. So in total of 160 people, and we don't reduce to 110 simultaneously on both platforms, but we know say we will increase that the next 10. But one final word, and not make it long because the audio not good. William, 2023, prospect for APC.
Well, I'm so down right now that people don't get me. But for yes, there's prospect, and there's assurance to that. Trust me, the party for myself now, and things that fall in place. The party for the field is being done. Party executives, the member of parliament, councillors, and former executives are all on the field, making sure things happen. And that this legislation is an example to that. It's a testimony to that. You get me? So that's waiting to happen 1 or 2 times where we get from the head. Every other thing within the party is functioning very well. That's why I say happy. And the work was with flag leadership, and we're going to power soon, we go better. The Gasama committee, the own time will expire just now, and we'll come to conclusion just now, because those expire again. And then from there, the party will move forward. I want to thank to everybody, and I hope say all that I will come and questions like this one, especially about audio, I'll get the opportunity for clearing them. Thank you to everybody again.
William, I may say that the last question, Andy, but I will put me final question in 2 parts because remember, say I also they follow comments when they make in the chat room. And forgive me for this, I'll be sad to end this, but it's a 2-part question. A, there's nothing personal between Adebayo, is there?
No, I don't make it clear. No issue.
No, exactly, William. And before you belabor on that, I mean, just want to make that clear from perspective with myself, they understand from you, because I'm not between you and the brother. But the point here is, for 4 or 5 years, according to you, the evidence is that clear. There was a support network between Una all. The only thing we can bring some disagreements that the recent in terms of this August 10. That not mean say there was a disagreement altogether or I don't fall out altogether, correct?
100% correct.
Thank you very much. And finally, the final word, me brother. You will be on the platform again soon. And sorry for the length and breadth we get for take you. It's not going to happen again. It's going to be short, concise, and precise. We don't try for establish what you go on for establish. What's your final word to fumble them?
Well, I just want to say, more we get hope, we get faith, more look forward to the party. Please, go to all on social media, please. The social media ranting, starting to say it can cause your own mayhem somehow and distrust and cause panic and people the mindset with regard to the party. But we get challenges, I'm not gonna lie, say everything is okay about the party, it's a lie. We get challenges, several challenges, but they are is there a progressive way party undertake and go on? And the parliamentarians they try their setbacks there also they try don't try more just put we hope together and believe say the party the right put in power after Wednesday issue of corrected and we will know what will be the way forward. Once say thank you to all in.
Brother William, I can't say thank you. Let me just make myself come on. I can't say thank you very much enough. Of course, Fambul, in the latter part of this conversation, very important conversation, and I go back for revisit them. Of course, you get people with a different take where we respect. You get people and we say you ask a double jeopardy question, you ask a compounded question, you question them, you have been this and that and what have you. There was an intent behind that. But all said and done, the brother accepted the questions and answered them because there was something that we did try for establish. In the end, we got there. This is not the last, even though not the first of the brother, not the TNN TV media empire. William, can I say thank you? And we go send you the invitation for the second part soon. We're not going to last long as this. Like I say, short, concise, precise, so that you not get for lost your voice, I suppose. But I think we've made a point clear to many people, and we get few calls. Maybe next time we go open up to a few more calls so that they go pose a question to you. Because you are a very powerful man. When you speak, the people listen. Thank you so much, brother.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you to everybody.
You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the voice of William of the Stay Red movement. And we want to say thank you to the brother. Despite all of the difficulties, we somehow managed to make it through. And again, I'm wearing my Gunners, the Arsenal t-shirt. We beat, we neighbor them. 3-1. Was it 3-1? Yes, just on this one weekend. So I'm not a fanatical supporter, just like in everything, I've got a measured support. But I feel proud for wear my Gunners t-shirt. And there's something also written where Fambul and need for take notice of. What do you need for take notice of? What is written at the side of the t-shirt? You can see it yourself, right? Visit Rwanda. Rwanda is almost synonymous with our country. For the TNN media empire, I am Prince Emil Kroma. May the soul of the late Henry Gasama Jr. rest in peace. Until I hear from you quite soon. I will not forget, Chernobyl, the editor-general, the senior editor-general of the African Express, will be back on Saturday, and on Sunday will be Mohammed Warisi. We will continue to make the argument for Sierra Leone politics, clean politics. Not to then cheat there, then rogue there, then thugs there. We go continue for back. We'll continue for expose them. Look what happen. One moment they may tell we say these things are not embedded in their laws they are within they try for introduce. Only now we are beginning to understand that indeed they were there. What a disgruntled, what a disingenuous bunch these people are. Until I hear from me again, Prince Emil Koma. Goodbye. Okay, that's the end of the program. Obviously, it caught me unaware. Absolutely. 3,000 and more counting subscribers on YouTube. The algorithms are on our side, but we can only make it more of on our side if we continue for participate and continue for subscribe and take notice of the TNN TV media empire, the then and now media empire. I've been your host and presenter, Prince Emil Kroma. Don't forget, follow us on Facebook or like our page on Facebook. It's very important. The algorithms always there to your advantage where we people and continue for follow. On YouTube, it's almost the same thing. Over 3,000 subscribers, but you can make the 4,000 subscriber if you click on that subscribe button today, or at least you click on the notification bell. Waiting the notification bell they do is now next time when we go live, you are informed automatically wherever you are, wherever in this part of the world you are. I am Prince Emil Kroma. Thank you so much and good night. Tada until we see you again shortly. Bye.